Oh, hi, everybody!
Okay, I guess we're going live.
No, I'll fix it! Hello, everybody!
Okay.
Not
Hi.
live! You're not live!
Why am I
goddammit.
not live? No, I'm live. People say I'm live.
You're not live!
You're
you're
live.
live.
I'm
You're
live!
Okay,
See,
okay,
I'm
okay.
live, chat! Hold on!
Discord was being bad.
Oh, God!
Okay.
Oh, Lord, chat! I'm gonna play the intro music. We're gonna do things. There's a reason I'm late. It's like...
I blame Beckett. Can we blame Beckett?
No, don't blame Beckett. No, don't blame Beckett. All right, chat.
Okay.
I'm doing a thing. Listen to the music. Chat, I'm so sorry. You will know why I'm late. Blame the dog. Hello, chat! I'm just putting myself on camera right now. Fuck it. We're live. We do it live and alive. Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 and welcome. Welcome one.
You're so big.
It's a big, brother. This is what happens when you don't stream with us for a while. I got big.
Be careful, it's gonna start patting our heads.
Hey, why did he get so big?
Because I got big, brother. Here, you want me to pat your heads? It's a good little cue.
No.
What a good cue.
Do not fucking.
What a
Don't
good
fucking
cue.
touch my head. Don't do it.
What's up,
Motherfucker.
everybody? We are live and alive, coming at you live.
I can't believe he's doing that.
From New Jersey.
I'm gonna
It's
crash
me.
out. I'm gonna crash out.
It's me. It's you. Welcome back to the Op Block, your one-stop shop for everything culture news on the internet. I'm your host, Falgy EXC, and joining me today, I'm not gonna let the music play underneath because I think it's fun. Joining me today are some of my favorite people around the internet. You know them, you love them, you think about them sometimes when you're alone at night. It's Q.
Goon to me, I know you want to. Goon to me, all of you goon to me!
God damn it, Q. God damn it, Q. What's going on, Q? What is going on? I think about Dommy Mommies when I'm alone at night. Speaking of Dommy Mommies, you know them. Listen, they're an NB, but it works well enough. You know them. You love them. It's Ash. What's going on, Ash?
Okay, being truthful, I don't think I could be a dime mommy just because I don't have the self-confidence to do that. And I feel very embarrassed if I did.
Listen, we all love ourselves an unconfident Dommy Mommy NB queen. I'm not gonna lie, this music going off is kind of doing it right now. Hello, chat. It's so good to see you. I don't know. It's like it's fitting the vibe. Chat. There's a lot of things that have been going on the internet. Some things that happened super early in the morning that I need to get ahead of. That we will talk about. You know what? Let's just
Just turn the music off and talk about it.
And you know what else is massive?
This dick. All right. Let's have a conversation real quick because I saw this earlier today. It came into me.
Like the dick?
Like you
Oh my
fucking
God.
piece of shit.
Yo.
Yes.
Oh,
I tied it
fuck
back.
you.
Tied it back.
I actually have like food in the oven right now, which is like a funny thing, but that's a different story for a different day. Yes, massivehog.exe. Thank you.
Massive hog. Crazy. That's
I gotta
crazy.
answer. Okay, so chat. A couple of things that happened. Sorry. So, why was I late? A big thing. So, Leia's dog walker was in the emergency room this past weekend for heart issues. Didn't hear back from them. And they're literally like, oh yeah, so like I almost had a heart attack. And I'm on the phone with them, like right before stream. I'm like, what? What the fuck do you mean? And they're like, yeah, I'm okay. I can't walk the dog for a little bit of time. I said, that's okay. Brandy A with the 5 gifted. Jesus Christ.
I love that's like her first response. I can't walk the dog. And you're like,
Lavishly Lavender
that wasn't
became
what
a
I was
member.
asking about.
No, it wasn't. Oh shit, by the way, we need to get our goal.
Lavishly, some unknown.
Yeah.
Got gift subs.
Yes, I don't know who else got gift subs, if you can read their names out.
Maverick,
I did
Mayhem,
Mad
Mad Fox
I didn't get
94,
one.
and Possum Buddy.
I didn't get one, so it doesn't matter. I don't care.
No.
It's okay, buddy.
I did get on Diesel's stream. I did get Rena,
Yeah, I know.
Majunga,
You bragged.
Yeah.
You
and
bragged about it.
Rena. It's like,
Oh god, oh god. I'm gonna skip the alerts just so we can have conversation. So yeah, so Leia's dog walker, for those who don't know, Leia's my dog. Dog walker almost had a heart attack. And I'm just like, oh, so are you okay? Because I texted them and they didn't like reach back. And I'm like, and they're like, yeah, I'll try to meet up with you next week. I'm like, okay, just.
I like how casual she was about it. She just had a heart attack and just tanked it. You know.
I wouldn't say she had a heart. She's fucking barely older than me. She's probably closer to your age. So let that.
Excuse you?
Black
Excuse
Flower
you.
with another 5 gifted. Holy shit. Cakeosaurus rocks. Ad Advocate, Tic Tacs Dispenser, Nikki, and Starry Plant. You've all received new gift subs. Big shout outs to Black Flower. You are the man with the plan, or well, technically the woman, man, and bee with the plan. Thank you guys so much. But so that was my day, or that was my night. Let's talk about my day. Let's talk about what I woke up to.
Yeah, this is just talking about the fun we had today. Putting out a fire we didn't know we were gonna be put into.
Hey, Brandy A with a 10. Thank you so much, guys.
I split the blessing.
Thank you. Thank you for split blessings. So I wake up and I see a screenshot from the server. And I'm like, huh, what is this screenshot from the server? Why is it on Blue Sky? And I'm like, fuck me. So yes, we are 100% aware of YouTuber Anthony Gramuglia, and their ongoing beef with Lio. I have spoken.
But you should be happy about this.
No.
Let me finish. I want you to be happy about this because you had your first server drama, which means
I hate this. Which means you are legitimate now in commentary.
Yeah, I want to like.
It's your first time.
Oh God. I'm the other Brandy in the chat.
I'm the other Brandy in the chat.
Amazing.
Rolling on the floor laughing
Thank
emoji.
You, Black.
I'm honestly just sad that it wasn't anyone Goonie and BC.
No. Fuck off. No, we're not doing that.
No.
I want to make it very well known. I did see. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Something I did not expect to be perceived on the last stream that I sometimes talk and discuss stuff in Discord and comments. Something great vegetables or whatever.
Thank you. Okay, so let's just have a conversation. I'm gonna give the TLDR. Yes, I know that there has been some back and forth between Lio and Anthony Gramuglia. It does somewhat involve someone that I like, who's been like a relative, like newer friend of the channel, Sai Scribbles. I reached out to Sai about this as well. I don't know if Anthony's gonna see this. From Italian to Italian, I think. No. I've already spoken with Lio. My rule in the server, and I've spoken with him about it. I'm not getting involved in creator-to-creator drama that is between you two and long existing before I got here. Oh, what the platinum? What do you mean?
Diesel gave nip slip for free last Steam. You ripped me off.
I want to know what that
means. I need
means.
free booba.
I'll also say
Brandy A.
But him the token lesbian, or at least I hope.
I also reached out to Anthony Gramuglia to let him know that our stance on what's going on.
Yeah.
He has not reached back out to me, so
which is fine.
I don't know his feelings on us. So.
Yeah. Well, again, I don't personally care.
I don't really care what his feelings are on us.
This is.
I know. Like it just to be because I'm in Sai server, so I felt like I should reach out to like. Because I saw this going on, I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Right.
So from what I understand, this in and evolves around a lot of art drama that kind of revolves around Lily Orchard, but also revolves around other previous dramas before. Like, obviously, the very famous Rosa call with Lio, which, believe me, I have told Lio this, and we have slightly made fun of him in the server. Hey, you fucked up. Do better. Which I will hold him to task if he doesn't do better, and I have spoken with him about it. Rule of thumb for any creators in our server: listen, I don't care if it's a public server. If a screenshot happens, it happens. Just don't use the server to talk to the other creator who's getting the screenshots actively. I think that's fucking weird. But I already spoke
Go
with Lio
talk to
about
them
it.
yourself.
Even if you're blocked, you have a platform, a much larger platform than ours. You can use it. Again, if this gets back to Anthony Gramuglia, I have no problem talking with him about it. I don't really see any need to talk with him about it or things like that. Personally, for me, if you two want to duke it out,
Yes.
just come on. Like, listen,
Yes.
I will make time out of my day for Lio and Anthony to scream at each other.
Yes.
Okay, don't say it like that. Don't say it like that.
I want blood sports.
No, it's not blood sports. God, Ember.
Just don't give birth in VC and you're good.
Yes. Okay, so this is the thing. I find personally, again, I haven't been in this space for very long, but I find when people just yell at each other, reach an agree to disagree, and then move the fuck on, they just don't talk about each other anymore. Again, I'm okay with it. If people want to, I would moderate the shit out of it. Very honestly, because I do think that there are issues potentially on both sides that each other may have with each other. I reached out to Sai about it too. I don't fully condone what Lio did regarding using our server. She and I are cool. That's perfectly fine with me. Again, I don't like getting in between these things. I would preferably not be involved, but if I can provide a space for literally just open communication, I have no problem with that. Again,
Yeah, let Falky have his own drama.
I don't want drama. Listen, I like reporting weird shit on the internet. I don't personally love drama.
Falky is basically Poe from Kung Fu Panda, where all your enemies are actually other people's enemies that keep on coming to you.
I need you all to know that this is literally fault. He's begging for a fight right now.
Wait, is that what happens in Kung Fu Panda?
Well, that's basically kind of like all his enemies are not actually his enemies. They're just like tangentially related to him.
But didn't Kung Fu Panda have a television show?
I didn't watch the television show.
Yeah.
I just saw about the movies.
I'm way too old for that.
I also assume you don't condone Lio sending Anthony a voice message either unprompted. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay.
That's crazy.
Fun fact. Here's a fun fact for everybody. I don't control people who are older than me. I don't control anybody.
That's true. He controls me. He controls me.
No,
yeah,
he
controls me too.
But like,
we're in his
talk,
co-host dungeon.
I don't control anybody I don't control other creators. I don't speak for other creators. You've seen it with past dramas that we've been in. Like, I don't like speaking for other people. I'd rather have the opportunity for them to speak for themselves. I think that there may be legitimate criticisms on both sides that if the two of them wish to speak, by all means, I'll broker something. Or I'll find somebody to broker something. I don't personally care. I just think that personally, this is just me. You can make 1,000 videos on each other. Perfectly fine. But sometimes you just gotta get into the room with someone you hate each other at a distance and speak at each other and then just move the fuck on. Be like, I hate you. No, you just say, I hate you. I hate you. And everybody moves the fuck on. Listen, I get it. There's parts of this drama or disagreement, whatever the fuck you want to call it, that I am not involved in. Have Chris do it.
Yes, bring back duels.
I can't have Chris do it. I need the content. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I can't have Chris do it.
Why would you
Chaos
allow...
viewers, hello everybody for the Chaos Cast.
Why would you let Folly get cuffed by Chris? Why would you put that?
Chris already wants to steal Brian Mullins away from me. Everyone wants to steal Brian Mullins away from me. I want him.
That's true. Chris has never come on stream.
Oh, it's fine. Black Flower with the 5.
Dude, totally you made me rob that bank last night.
Please
Right?
nose me, Chris Senpai.
Wait. Do you hey Corey, how you doing? Wait, do you guys call it the panty raid when you fuckers come in? Is that what you guys call it? K-Huck!
Panties are raiding.
K-Huck, what do you mean you call it a panty raid?
That's crazy.
No, just me. No, man, no, we're gonna do that. You gotta say that from now on. No, but like more importantly, again, I have no problem brokering any kind of discussion on or off camera. And if you guys don't want to speak, that's also based in Poggies. Make your videos. I don't personally care.
We'll react to it.
No, it's just like one of those things. Like, I'm not picking sides in an argument that I don't have. I could see validity to both sides of the argument. And I personally am just like, listen, if you two want to talk, by all means, my DMs are open. You can find me at Fauji.exe on Discord.
Bro doesn't even know his own Discord.
I don't fucking know what my Discord name is. What the fuck is my Discord name? Don't say Mama Fauji or I'll kill you all. Yeah, it's Fauji.exe. In little things, the op block. You can find me there if you want to talk. Yeah, Fauji op block thing. Not Mama Fauji, you fucks. But yes.
No.
So, before we go on to our topic, I was given a small derail.
Oh no.
I want to thank Medley for giving me a small derail. So, Medley, we will get to our stream topic because our stream topic is hyper interesting, and this goes out to my favorite person on the internet, Killjoy.
Oh God.
But
why would you?
I was told. Killjoy? Let's get the camera watch for a second. Oh, thank you. I know it's the same Black Flower thing. Yeah. Oh my God, what are you people doing? Stop screaming!
Wait, no, Hibbleton's back. Ah.
Dude, totally you made
Wait, is he really?
So Hibbleton has been streaming for a period of time, and from what I have been told, there was a chatter at around the 2-hour mark, from what I understand. Let's see if I can find it.
Chat, I'm staring into your soul.
Medley, you said it was 2 hours, right? Medley, you said this was 2 hours, right? If I could post the Anya entering the room, I would. I know, buddy. You know that you are everybody's favorite. All right, so I think my spanakopita is ready.
You need to go to the oven.
Yeah, I gotta go to the oven. I could still.
All right, we can take your chat.
Okay,
but
you know what? That's fine. We can
go do it. We'll be.
Let's hear whatever the fuck is happening over at the Himpleton stream. And let's there's no live chat anymore. I wonder why.
You're gonna burn your food, dude.
No, it's fine.
Just go. We can chat with the chat.
Oh no! He's trying to infantilize her. I mean, if anything,
chat.
The problem is that she wasn't infantilized like when she was 15, and he decided to do the nasty with her. Anyway, after that, Keemstar kept going with his plan of paying himself as the good guy in the situation.
Do you understand?
I have to record a short today.
All right. You're going to be hearing about this forever. They're going to be like, oh, you're on that P show. Even though we are already going to hear about it. He's a 25% owner of one of the shows. We're fucking already on that goddamn boat. We're already up the fucking creek. So let him do his fucking job.
Guys, let the pedophile do what he wants. He's part of the show, guys.
Hear about it from
Wait, who's the pedophile?
The same people that call me a pedophile?
Oh. Nicholas Dior is gonna call the pedophile a pedophile? I mean, fuck that.
For dating a 22-year-old woman, the same person that called you a pedophile for dating a 22-year-old woman, the same person calls Jordy a pedophile for a joke he made 20 years ago. Yeah, those people, guess what? They're gonna call us pedophiles anyway. They're gonna do it anyway. Who gives a fuck about those retards? I don't.
This fucking guy, huh? First of all, I don't recall many
Why?
people calling him a
Why is he having a moment? Why is Boogie having a moment? What?
Boogie crashing out. Boogie crashing out.
So, for what I understand, this is about kid. This is tangentially about Kid Not Kin. The kid behind the camera. I don't know what the fuck this dude's name is. Should I give context? Yes, Medley. You should give context before I fucking view this. Sorry, guys, I am opening my spanakopita. It's Mike. It's Mike.
Eating.
I don't know who Mike is.
He's gonna eat on camera again.
R.I.P. my bisinphonia.
Yeah, right.
There
There it
What are you
is.
doing
There it is. There it is.
It's hot.
Oh my god, dude. Turn your mic. You better turn your mic off.
Listen, I'm just having spanakopita. Okay.
Spanakopita these nuts.
What? Also, I did it just to annoy Ash.
Mm.
Well, congratulations.
All right, so where's my cot? Where's my...
Your cock's right there. What are you talking about?
No, where's
This
my
is poetic.
context? Because I'm gonna move on.
This is poetic that he's choking while trying to talk through his food.
Where's my okay. Yes, I didn't know about this. They've been married for 15 years. His wife was married for 17 years. So his wife was 15 when they met and he was 21. I understand. I've heard that she, quote, lied. I'll be very honest. I'll be very truthful. I still think it's fucking weird. I still think it's fucking creepy. If I'm about to agree with Himpleton, I'll straight up agree with Himpleton. I think it's fucking creepy. I think it's you. That's me. I do think it's fucking you. I understand that everybody has kind of moved on. I know she lied about her age. I'm being very truthful when I say if I found out, this is my thing, if I found out that someone I was dating lied to me about their age for a period of time, I would not be dating them anymore. I could never trust them again. Again, unfortunately, I have to figure this the fuck out and like touch this with a very like I don't agree with any of the shit. Now, if Himpleton crashes out or gets mad about it, okay, I kind of understand why. I also think it's dumb for people to call. I also think it's dumb to call people he associates with yes, the guilt by association thing is very weird. How do I say this? This gets very murky because this is stuff that's just been known about him. I'll be honest. I would never associate with the fucking guy. But what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, nobody else was in the room when that happened. They already had fucking 2 kids. Yeah, like, they, of course, and they also didn't, some people didn't know when they met him. Like, this, also, I don't know how much people didn't know. Let's listen a little bit, and we'll kind of go into, and let's see when he actually freaks.
Yeah, well, I guess now, at the very least, we can call him a PDF defender.
A lot
PDF
of
defender.
I am gonna give Boogie the
PDF
tiniest of
defender.
credit here. A lot of people called Boogie a pedophile for this girl because she has very clear like fetal alcohol syndrome and has the maturity of like an 11-year-old.
Childlike features.
Childlike features and acts.
Aren't they broken up? Aren't these 2 fucking broken up now?
I thought they were, yeah.
Did he let the little chihuahua weed girlfriend back in the house?
His child bride?
Again, I don't know Boogie. Allegedly Boogie. Listen, Boogie's not a pedophile from what I know. I will say I will not call Boogie a pedophile. I heard they broke up. I fucking heard they broke up. His child bride's back. No, that would be no. I was gonna say that would be Keemstar, but again, from what I all understand, none of these people are pedophiles. But we'll see.
Of age though,
Literally, she is of age, but she has like the intelligence, like emotionally, and like, and I'm not dissing her. Like, I feel really bad for her. She is like a fucking child. Like, she's yeah. So, you know, he was called a pedophile by a lot of people, just like how Keem was and is for Brantley, right?
Whoa.
The you know, the
dang, just out there saying it.
Who definitely
Okay. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit. Ms. Medley, I need to see a crash out or we're moving on.
doesn't try to look 14, you know?
Because that's exactly what he's doing right here. But like I said, I can't tell if he's doing this willingly or if he was forced by Keemstar, so people would see him as the guy that didn't want Michael in the show. So when he comes back, because that's what everybody was thinking at the time, Kim could say that he wasn't the one asking for Mike to return, but instead the other hosts were the ones crying about it. I mean, if you ask me, that's a good plan. Well, any person with a normal functional brain could see through this stupid scheme, but the average Lolcow viewer probably not. Anyway, to make things even more ridiculous, they play
okay. Hot take. Fauci, check the stream chat. What's a stream chat? Okay. I'd like to think that he's now it's time for Friday's video. I think Anthony is just done talking about it. I'm sure Anthony puts out videos every Friday. For those who don't know, Anthony just recently put up a thing. He just said that he's done talking about it, that he's gonna stream on Friday. Again, that's fine. Or make a video on Friday. The guy makes videos. I think he makes pretty good videos.
Yeah, his conservative horror one was really good.
I liked his whatchamacallit? I liked his Dante's Inferno video. I liked his
oh, that's pretty good too. Yeah.
I thought his Dante's Inferno video was very good. I thought his the one on the Stan Lee, the crowdfunded Stan Lee was being abused documentary by someone who was clearly in a position to abuse him is very good. It's a very good piece of just like YouTube, like I don't call it reporting, but YouTube understanding. But yeah, it is what it is.
Where she Skibbity toilet of commentary. Stuff, but in my opinion, this only made things even less believable because throughout the entire thing, she kept emoting like if she had been Sim's character.
Kind of don't know why we're talking about this again, but here we go. So, 16 years ago, almost 17 years ago, I lied about my age. Okay, I had a crush on Michael, and I knew he was 20.
Oh my god.
Don't do this. I think this is fucking weird. I think this is fucking weird. What the fuck? This is such a fucking... Oh, I was gonna say this. Lolcow Live is TLC of YouTube. I'm sorry. You watch okay. I don't personally watch Lolcow Live. I'm sorry, Xylee. I can't. There's too much content.
If you watch Lolcow Live, you are the same kind of people who probably watch my 600-pound life.
I'm also losing my fucking mind trying to put decals on a Gundam and they keep on coming off because they're tiny.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm chewing chat. But yeah.
Yeah, he's chewing.
Lolcow Live is TLC for YouTube. If that is what you want to watch, it's totally fine. I personally, there's just too much. There's literally too much content. I can't fucking keep up with it. I tried. I've watched whatever. The show that Xylee is on, I think Lolcow Rewind, I think it's called. That's the only...
Lolcow Queens.
She's not on Queens, though.
Oh, she isn't? Oh, my bad. Sorry, I misunderstood.
I like literally... It's the only show I've ever watched, and I've probably watched like 2 streams. It's a lot. And I'm gonna be honest. How do I like
It's not for you?
It's not even just that. It's like if you're not Chris Chan, if you're not like White Bowser, if you're not like a literal Lolcow who also may just be a criminal. I don't really have like Cyrax. I don't have Brian Mullins. You know, Brian, I know you're out there. You're still really bad at numerology, by the way. I need you to know your tinfoil hat days are numbered. Come on stream, buddy. I know you could speak English. But, like...
Imagine running from a debate because you fake not being able to speak English.
Because he's a pussy. It's because Brian Mullins, the Fox, is a big fucking pussy. And he'll always say he wins. He'll be like, oh, I'm intellectually smarter.
It's so gauche that you're like a big pussy, and it was so gauche that you're a big pussy, and your like persona is a fox.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Have some consistency.
Bro, you're a furry. No one's intimidated.
We're gonna be going over our topic in a little bit. We found like a TikTok. Okay, so for reference, we probably won't finish this medley. It's actually a fine talking point. I actually we'll probably break because our topic's very long. So listen, Lolcow Live is TLC of the internet. I personally can't watch all of it. I don't hate everybody in it. Obviously, because
I do.
I love Xylee. Xylee is a day one. Xylee has always taken care of us and like gone to bat for us. So like,
I mean, she said she missed you guys when she.
I know. I gotta
popped on stream.
I gotta message her. Boogie's one of our first streams was shitting on Boogie. We watched when Boogie got caught lying for cancer. And what was crazy was I know what polycythemia vera is because I had a family member who like is actively going through that. It's like I don't know what to tell you. Like I knew he was fucking lying. I called it weeks ago, and I was like, okay, it's gonna be what it is.
I mean, but that stream doesn't exist anymore, right?
I think it may be still up, or maybe not because it's the old fucking audio. I was way too late. He starts talking to me at an hour. Okay, 1:45 or an hour 45. Those are two different things. You know what? We will save this for another time, Medley. But again, I think this is actually a good topic to like just highlight. Got nothing bad personally to say about Himpleton. Again, I think Xylee gets evil. That's not even the good troll accounts. Brother, there's a troll account that just says Xylee gets railed. The troll accounts have better names than his titles. Again, I got no issues with Himpleton. I remember when Himpleton said that he wasn't going to do streams anymore, and he was like, yeah, Xylee gets racist. But he was gonna start doing fucking like documentary shit. I love it. I love it so much. Everybody just lies on the internet. But okay, so let's go to our was it Becca with a brush or a brush with Becca? Brush with
check the showdown.
Becca. I know, I'm going to her. Okay. So chat, let's have a conversation. This is the topic of tonight's stream. This right here is a brush with Becca. A brush with Becca is a...
They are a painting history channel.
They are
a painting history channel.
Okay. Are there pronouns they, them?
I don't know. You can just say they, them for now until someone corrects you.
Do we have a pronoun? That's your email address. No, we don't have a pronoun check. I'll say...
Whatever.
I'll say she. Because it's not specified anywhere. So, this is a brush with Becca. And she came onto our radar because here's a fun thing. She's a walking health hazard. Now you may be asking yourself, what the fuck do you mean? Fauji, I see the title of the stream. The title of the stream is Radioactive Artist. So, Becca has been facing a lot of criticism because she does, or they do,
environmental terrorism.
Well, they're not doing environmental terrorism. Fucking goddamn it! No,
I mean,
essentially, what's happening is that a part of their painting with history is that they paint with old paints, some of which are lead paints, and then some of which, by the way, are uranium paints. Now, chat.
So I'm right.
I need you to understand she paints with fucking uranium. Yes, the yellow cake paint. And how does she get rid of it? They have never said how they get rid of the yellow uranium paint.
So, Environmental terrorism.
So, not this shit. I'm gonna head out. Drewski, stay with me. Drewski, be a true believer and stay with me. Because what if I told you, chat? What if I fucking told you?
What if I told you?
Everybody's favorite mod, Killjoy, worked tirelessly and got us every EPA.
Oh, you know that mod Killjoy, great guy, great mod,
guy.
great guy. Can't say enough good things about him. Great guy, Killjoy.
What if I told you mod Killjoy got every paint that this person has ever worked with, or they claimed to work with, that they claimed to use safely?
Fun fact, makeup used to have lead in it.
Yes, it did.
Yep, sure did.
What if I tell you, and this lady
Hatches have mercury in it.
This lady lives in Utah, by the way. And what if I told you we got all the radioactive waste things for Utah? Now, chat, I'm gonna give you a little bit of Falgi lore for you. Oh
no,
Ew.
not the lore.
If this is a nothing burger, I swear to God, Falgi. Look, Truski, you know me. Majunga Wumba, I work with restoring old paintings, and we have a policy to destroy radioactive paints if they come in. Luckily, that has never happened once, but my boss's colleague had an encounter. Majunga Wumba, because you're awesome. She uses she, her pronouns. Thank you. Majunga Wumba, because you're awesome. Can you tell us what you would do with radioactive paints as per your workplace's policy? For those who don't know, Majunga Wumba has discussed their job curating and restoring old paintings in the past. I'm not putting them on the spot. But a little bit of Falgi lore. I am an Italian. I'm unfortunately a New Jersey Italian. So what that means is I do know people in the waste management business.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you're so Italian.
I know people in the waste management busyness. Yes, I know The Sopranos. Listen, I've heard it before. I heard it when I grew up.
He knows people, Chad. He knows people.
I do the gabagoo.
I'm done.
So I'm guessing that she's been disposing them improperly. She hasn't been disclosing how she disposes of them. That's kind of the problem. So let's talk about that. I have, in my life, heard about hazardous materials and calling the EPA in. I know a place in Jersey next to a landfill where, oh, here we go, Black Flower with the 5, and you know what that means.
I have seen this exact
I know a
TikTok
place
that they are talking
in
about,
Jersey.
and it seemed extremely stupid and not handled well.
We will get there, but chat, you know what time it is? We have reached that goal. And you know what time it is? It's time to feed that dog. But you've won another goal. It's time to feed the pupper. It's time to give her treats. It's time to feed the dog now. On the Uplock stream tonight. It's time to get the pupper. Her head is looking white. Hey, look, it's the Leia dog now. On the Uplock stream tonight. Come on, girl, go get it. Oh, she tried. Look at her go, chat. Look at her go. You know what to do, chat. Chat loves you very much, Leia. Chat, if you want to see Leia eat more treats, all you got to do is hit the next goal, and we'll get her some more treats. Okay, PWR. Okay, real talk. I will get PWR to sing with me. We're gonna get it. I'm gonna get a karaoke stream with PWR. Oh, it's
who is that?
He is a DSP. Okay, from what I understand from Chris,
DSP.
He is a DSP fan that Kino Casino and DSP haters are now supporting, and they have now allegedly made DSP angry because this guy's stream is more popular than DSP's.
Oh my God, is there new Phil lore?
There's new Phil lore every day.
Oh, new Phil lore. Go. New Phil lore.
He's like DSP's like strongest soldier, but they're making his stream more popular for the last 2 to 3 weeks than DSP's stream ever is. It's insane.
Crazy new DSP lore. I gotta catch up.
Okay, so Jungle Wumpa says, we have a hazard container where we put molded paint and other health hazards you can encounter in restoration. We don't dispose of them ourselves. My boss takes the hazard container to our local EPA connection, and they tend to incinerate hazardous paintings, but in a very special incinerator. Yes. So for those who don't know, dealing with radioactive materials, heavy metals, and all these types of things is very dangerous and can cause a lot of problems. I will tell you of a story that I know. Someone was doing waste management and their garbage caught fire. And you may be asking, okay, garbage does catch fire from time to time. Why did the garbage catch fire? The building that they got the garbage from, in their infinite wisdom, threw out liters of expired Purell. Do you know what happened?
Oh my! Why would you do that?
And it did not catch fire because of a spark. It caught fire because it was in the fucking thing. It was in the fucking compactor, and it caught fucking fire. Now, for those who don't know, Purell is a hand sanitizer here in the States.
Yeah, I mean, we all had to use it during COVID. Remember, guys? We had to use it during COVID.
And Purell's always alcohol, by the way. Purell is always like alcohol-based, all that stuff. Compression makes heat. Exactly.
Yeah, compression. Yep.
And
compression generates heat.
And here's what happened. They had to dump the rest of the loadout because it didn't all catch, like, one truck in the back caught fire, but other parts didn't. They had to dump it. EPA inspectors came out, and you have to pay the EPA inspectors' salaries. The EPA doesn't pay them. You
do.
pay the EPA to inspect you to make sure you didn't do anything bad so you can sue the other people. The reason I tell this story is I'm very familiar with hazardous waste and how bad of an idea it is to not properly throw it away. Okay, but look at the bright side. Fire is really pretty. Pimenta! What are you saying?
Does it burn blue?
Base pimenta. Base pimenta.
Not in the garbage truck. Not in the garbage truck. I don't.
Fair. That's fair.
You left another story in stream chat real quick? Okay. Again, Majunga Wumpa has openly said... Blue? Yeah, Majunga Wumpa has openly said that they work in paint restoration in a museum setting. So, hey, I love our community. By the way, if you haven't subscribed yet or you're not in our Discord, please join our Discord today.
By the way, fun fact, methane burns blue. You know what else produces methane? All of us.
Yeah, it's farts.
Wait.
All right.
Wait, we burn blue?
No.
Well, our farts do.
Our farts do. Okay. So, Majunga Wumpa says, here, I'll put in one piece. So the thing nobody tells you about painting restoration is that when you have to interact with a lot of volatile chemicals and sometimes biohazards, a lot of paintings we come in often have mold covered or even rusted. We have a large hazardous waste material box that's like 6 inches thick all sides and have protective suits when we use hazardous products. Thankfully, we've never encountered paint with uranium, but we've had paint covered in rust at a time I didn't even know paint could rust. So I think it's time that we watch this lady defend herself using uranium, using lead, and how she protects herself from all of these... Arsenic?
Yeah, she used arsenic as well.
Yep.
Let's see how she protects herself.
She raw dogs it.
Disclaimer. Please do not target or harass any creators mentioned in this video. The video exists to entertain and educate, not to fuel hate. The best weapon against misinformation and bad science isn't anger. It's accurate information.
That sounds very soy to me.
No, that's always true.
Let's see how this goes.
Oh,
I was
only
falsely
tasted in the
accused of
video.
poisoning
God.
my entire neighborhood. Let's talk about it.
Okay. Falsely accused of poisoning her entire neighborhood. Let's go.
See?
So
See?
I make
Environmental
hand out of
terrorism.
uranium, and now, according to TikTok, I am a supervillain who single-handedly created multiple Superfund sites, poisoned the water supply.
So Superfund sites
Oh, base.
are sites of hazardous pollution, not necessarily mass pollution.
Of an entire zip code, and probably kickstarted the next apocalypse. But
Okay.
here's the thing: what actually happened versus what
I'm
went
glad
viral,
you're taking this seriously.
completely different stories. And the fallout of this situation, pun absolutely intended, says a lot about why we're so afraid of nuclear energy, even when it's.
So guys,
So you're taking the route of actually nuclear waste is good. Let's see how that good argument goes.
no.
I wanna,
What if I
wanna
told
point out-
you? Go on.
No, you want so we've done a lot of nuclear testing. We've done a lot of it in the 50s and 60s. Do you know how the government, the military, gets rid of nuclear waste? Do you know what they do? They don't get rid of it.
Yeah, we can't.
They don't, because you can't get rid of it.
Nope.
You can't get rid of it because it's going to take thousands of years for it to degrade. All they can do is bury it. That's all they do. They bury it under mountains.
So for those who don't know, with radioactive waste and hazardous waste of this type, we cap it. And what it means is they place it somewhere and then they pour a shit ton of concrete on it.
Yeah.
And they hope that over time, it degrades, it doesn't leak out, and it loses its radioactive quality because radioactive materials do have a half-life, which is obviously its rate of decay and things like that.
Do you know who else tried to use cement and concrete to bury their radioactive material?
Mm-hmm.
Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
I think, okay, but this is also
that worked for them, right? They're still around.
That was, in their defense, that was a completely different situation with why the reactor melted down, but they still also buried their waste in the concrete.
I also want to make it very clear that instead of her listening to people's concerns about how she may or may not be mishandling radioactive, poisonous, and heavy metal paints, it's, guys, we really need to demystify nuclear energy. I can't believe in the year of our Lord 2025, we are racist against the nuclear energy.
I mean, I don't inherently have a problem with nuclear energy. It's how we handle the waste of it. That's my problem with it.
Which has always been, the issue. Which
is why we've been trying to figure out how fusion works, and we can't figure it out.
Unironically, that's been the discussion. It's why a lot of people have wanted to move to solar and wind, because while not as, quote, energy efficient as, let's say, nuclear power or other forms of energy may be, the idea is it is safer on the environment and thus presents this, time stop to find a better version or to refine the versions that we already have. It's kind of been the whole thing.
No, go ahead.
Q, are you outside?
No, why?
Because a gust of air just hit your mic.
I went through a door.
A door!
Anyways.
I was going to point out that nuclear fission is what nuclear
I
generation.
have a question since I'm writing a story that includes an asylum. What are they like? Since science was brought up, I remembered it.
Asylums weren't great places from historical context. asylums they would hire anybody, things like that.
Yeah.
Again, asylums were just run poorly, and that's been a problem. But also kind of getting rid of what they represented, not what they are, but what they represented is a problem.
Remember when they would give women lobotomies because they're hysterical?
Yes.
That was a good
or,
time,
you know,
wasn't it?
the other hysteria treatment.
Yeah. So an ethical replacement for asylums that could be effective is a lot of people call it like therapeutic communities for instance. That happens a lot in substance use, where it's an inpatient hospital, it's an inpatient stay. You go to like a halfway house, but part of your substance use treatment is also engaging in therapy, but also in some places giving back by working in janitorial services for the grounds, being a groundskeeper, or finding a job through the program that you're in. Now, it's an effective and ethical model. Are there places that we need? Yeah. We have a problem where we have a very high rate of people who need inpatient hospitalization, but the places just don't exist to send them. Again, this is not me advocating for asylums. I need to make it very, very clear when this topic comes up. It's more, we do need a level of inpatient hospitalization that is like a home, sometimes a permanent version of a home, that is ethical, that is safe, and that is providing the best quality treatment for the most mentally infirmed to the least mentally infirmed who would apply for those types of services.
We're saying is saying that while Fauci is not pro-asylum, he is, however, pro-grippy sock vacation.
Yes, you should always go on a grippy sock vacation. At Fauci, Killjoy says, currently the thorium salt reactors produce next to no waste beyond the coolant being irradiated, I believe. Yeah, like there are pros and cons to every use of energy, but I don't think anybody's having like a weird, like, I have a legit question. There's 109 of you in the chat, and by the way, there's 109 of you in the chat, but there's only 25 likes. Chat, let's get those likes up. Thank you for stopping by. Please like the stream.
Suck.
Well, let's have like a serious conversation. Are we like hating on the fact that like fucking what's it? That nuclear power exists? I don't think anyone has ever said that. And if it is, it's not. God, this is going to be like a woke thing, isn't this? It's going to be like you're not woke enough shit. I can feel it in my fucking soul.
He's going woke.
Some unknown, is halfway houses related to that kind of housing? Sometimes there are halfway houses that actually function as treatment facilities. They do exist. It's why for instance, for better or for worse, nuclear power is super safe until it leaks. It's like for better or for worse, like you'll see that like this is just the truth. Rich families will have better access for their kids with autism than poorer families, because a bunch of rich families will get together, fund a house, and then pay for nursing services. I have seen it multiple times. It does just suck that it doesn't allow us to, like, that people, not everybody has access to that.
You know, that explains Twitter a lot.
Oh, also, Pimenta has it like.
Oh, damn.
But Pimenta has it like very accurately. We are not talking about nuclear power that this lady is just going off to. This is This is irradiated paint that gets on your nails, that gets on your clothes, and you're handling these raw materials. By the way, chat, she will explain what kind of gloves she uses. Majunga Wumba. I can't wait to hear your thoughts. Yeah, I mean, yeah, unfortunately, the reality is that being poor or not having access to healthcare services, sometimes it's not even being poor. it's not having access to healthcare services in your country or in the area you live in because the closest hospital system is quite literally 40 miles away, and you can't fucking drive there with your fucking Ford F-150 with 300,000 miles on it. Like, legitimately, like, what are you supposed to do? It's why I always advocate for mental health services and always advocate for people to literally talk to your, if you have it, talk to your insurance provider. Like, you've got, like, make them work because you deserve the health services that you need. But okay, let's get back to it.
Saving millions.
Unless you're Brian Mullins. Go fuck yourself, Brian Mullins.
Of lives every single year. Let's fix that, shall we? First, a quick introduction. Wait, I literally just explained this actually in a video 2 videos ago, so let me just have a little flashback here.
Okay.
Most of you watching this probably already know, I run a channel here on YouTube.
Okay. I'm gonna be mean. I'm gonna be mean right now.
Do it.
Well, are you misogynist? You're gonna remove the soy? Going full Super
I
Saiyan?
can't believe I'm doing this right now. I don't normally do this. Girl, you've put on so much foundation, your hand and face are 2 different colors.
Oh,
no.
What have you done? What have you done? Don't do this. I get it. She has a little bit of a breakout. Guess what? I have breakouts too, honey. I do. This is not being. Listen, I'm sorry. I am so sorry for
really
being
white
this
for
mean.
video.
But it's. Does she use old makeup too? Bro, what is happening?
Did she use makeup with the lead in it?
Oh, maybe. Maybe this was like a lead makeup video. I don't know. But like this, like I get it. I get it. Like it just like your hands are 2 different. Like you're different colors than your face. It's weird. You also didn't put enough blush on, in my opinion.
Wow.
I'm so mean today.
I mean,
am I wrong?
I can't see the screen, but I'm gonna look in here in a minute.
I am not wrong. Everything has led to this. No, Weaver, no.
Everything has led to this moment.
You're dissing hard. True and gay. Fuck you, Pimenta. Oh, also,
true and gay.
Chat.
No, true and gay. True
Chat,
and gay.
by the way, it's Pimenta's birthday today. So as is Pimenta's birthday, you should tip the op block. So Pimenta's favorite YouTube channel can survive.
Favorite.
So Pimenta's favorite YouTube channel can continue to run.
Can't believe you're age doxing someone.
Yeah, this is okay. I want to continue.
This is
I feel bad.
This is doxing.
I feel bad for being
Can't believe
mean.
doxing.
I feel bad for being mean. Fuck.
YouTube called The Brush with Becca, where I talk about strange and unusual paints, colors, and moments in art history. As part of that, I often make my own. I talk about strange and unusual paints, colors, and.
Okay, so first and foremost, don't handle that with kitchen gloves. Have real gloves, please. Okay, so she has a respirator here. Okay, so she has a respirator. Allegedly, at one time, she doesn't have a respirator. We'll get there.
And moments in art history. As part of that, I often make my own oil paints because a lot of the pigments that used.
Okay, are those are dish gloves? Are those
to be
dish
used
gloves?
as paints in the far past are now so incredibly rare, toxic, deadly, radioactive, or just plain hard to find that you don't really see them around anymore. I find those pigments.
You said she's from Utah? Yes.
Explains a lot, really.
Fun fact, my school had asbestos in its ceiling.
Yeah, my college had asbestos in the walls. They had to put a sign on my dorm that said, "Hey, don't put anything on the walls because it's literally don't put anything in the walls because there's asbestos lining in there. We don't know which one's gonna have it."
Pigments and make them into paints so that people watching can get a good.
Yeah, I mean those don't look like the safest gloves in the world. You shouldn't mix all these pigments with an oil medium, no. Yeah, this is...
her face is so white!
Welcome. Welcome to the fun.
In a visual sense, because we don't paint with those colors and those pigments anymore. They're functionally extinct, for the most part.
Wait, why is that one just
Paint
open?
with those colors and those pigments in.
Why is that just open? My mother was a paint chemist, made the formulas for industrial paints. Tried really hard to make one that would change when it hit freezing for bridges, but it wouldn't change back. Fascinating.
Huh, interesting. I like that.
Majunga, what's the problem with mixing it with oils? Go on. Tell me what the problem is with mixing it with oils. I'm so excited. We have a fucking subject matter expert. I love this.
Anymore. They're functionally extinct, for the most part. So now you know a bit about me and what I'm doing here on YouTube and other platforms. Let's get into the situation.
What's the situation, girl? Okay. So she says a vial of uranium sold to me and advertised as variety of yellow cake uranium that was 100% legal to own without a license. Turns out it was absolutely legal, but unbeknownst to me at the time, the reason it was legal was because the company was lying about its chemical composition.
Imagine that.
This uranium was not yellow cake, but carotite, which it's almost equally dangerous, an equally dangerous form of uranium, just dangerous in different ways. Yellow cake is slightly more radioactive. Carnotite is more chemically toxic. Obviously, I did not know I was sold something under false pretenses at the time. All I knew was that it was uranium, it was legally obtained and owned, and that I should treat it with all the same protections I would any radioactive and chemically toxic material of this caliber. So in essence, I treated it exactly as I would yellow cake uranium, which is how I treat all of my highly toxic paints, with a lot of caution and a high standard of personal protective equipment. Okay. Let's find out. I've heard things that apparently at one time she uses a flannel as a PPE. We'll get there. I refer to it as yellow cake in the video a couple of times. That was filmed prior to me learning about this company's legal cover-up. Just know that they're functionally similar in yikes level, but does different effects. Any calculations we do in this video.
Karias became a member. Karias celebrates 3 months of membership.
Okay.
This lady will be in a wig in 3 years.
Jungle Wumba is yelling at me about stream chat.
Losing their damn mind.
Oil-based solvents cannot be used with radioactive materials because oil paint stores the chemicals in a constantly semi-activated state. That's why you can remix it for days. Oh, so mixing it with oil just makes it super toxic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's based. Oh, amazing. Oh, that's amazing. It keeps it active. Bro.
So what you're saying is if a character were to have a breakdown and attack someone, they wouldn't be sent to jail? A genuine question, BTW.
That I don't know. That you'd have to look up. You'd have to do research on that.
On January 30th, I posted a video making oil paint out of yellow cake uranium.
Okay.
In making this video, I'd done extensive research. January 30th, I posted a video making oil.
Okay. So I'm already gonna highlight something right now, as she goes into it.
I posted a video making oil.
Okay. This is not a PPE. This is not a PPE. She should also be wearing some kind of head covering because she is essentially working with toxic materials and she should be wearing some kind of head covering. Now, the goggles, I think, would be fine. I don't know how tight they are for heads. That was not gear for rads. Those gloves aren't thick enough for heavy metal. I was just about to say, it seems like she may have double gloved. From what I can kind of tell, her hands are not this big, so it seems like she double gloved with like standard like.
Are they lead lined?
I don't
like,
know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Like, maybe underneath these gloves, she had... Okay, you need thick lead-lined gloves for that shit. Potentially.
That's what I just said.
No, I know. Potentially, she may be wearing gloves underneath this. So, like, how is she double gloved? Because surgeons they would double glove. Sometimes they can, if they want to. They can have an inner glove and an outer glove. Some people will do that. If we're certain hospital standards, depending on the severity of the illness and what they are presenting with, you double glove. But like for instance, our PPEs, they'll have a thumb covering here, right, chat? So what they'll do is they'll have a thumb spot, so you can put your thumb in and you put the glove over it. So when you take your PPE off, because essentially these PPEs, like a lot of them are like our gowns, they are essentially they're supposed to be disposable, right? So you take it off, you ball it up, and as you're balling up the inside, you're kind of taking off your gloves, and then you throw it away. Because you could touch the inside of it, you can't touch the outside of it. That's like the whole point when taking off a PPE. Does she throw the flannel out? Like, this looks like a brand new flannel. Does she throw it? What is she working on? Radioactive and toxic chemicals.
Yes, but if she throws the flannel out, what does she throw it in? She put it into a bag?
Yeah,
throw it into
that's the other thing.
What is she doing with the now contaminated materials?
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like, what? We have contaminated materials. Where are you throwing them out? You need to put it specifically in like biohazard bags, and like a
many forms of PPE are a one-use situation.
Yeah. Also, the flannel presents a very big problem for anybody who's ever worked in healthcare or worked with any kind of dangerous chemicals. The buttons. How is she taking the buttons off? Is she taking the buttons off with the gloves on? Because the reason why a lot of like medical PPEs are made with like this like very like plastic material. It's just a fucking plastic. The reason why is you just rip it the fuck off and throw it away.
MDSs literally exist for a reason. Do you know what MDS is?
What's an MDS, Q?
Material data sheet. Every single laboratory and health facility has one for any kind of material that may be in some way, whether hazardous to you, others, or the environment. You know what? Did she refer to any kind of MDS for this?
Hey,
probably fucking not.
Where is the incinerator?
And where is the incinerator? Yeah, that's the other thing too. Like,
incinerator or a autoclave.
But again, to be fair to this woman, she has to take it to somebody.
And which I don't think she did.
Chat, I gotta step away for one moment. Ash, entertain chat.
Oh, just Ash. Okay.
Wow, just me? Like,
just you.
Clue?
So no, I want to talk about.
Okay, sure.
It's a side tangent. So,
all right, go ahead.
I'm supposed to be making a D&D character tonight. I have to make one. I got thrown into a one-shot thing. I'm gonna do it, and I found a supplement for Astral Dragonborn.
Okay.
Which it's a home thing, and I wanted to do it because I don't know how many of you play D&D, but for some reason, Wizards just decided to not give Dragonborn tails, and it has bothered me for literally years.
Oh, I have
this supplement, this custom race gives them tails.
Oh,
they should have always had.
I've made a custom Dragonborn race, but it's Tortle.
That had tails. They have tails
because it's Tortle based.
Oh, okay.
Because I think Dragon Turtles not having a Dragonborn race is annoying.
What? Why?
They should.
Turtles?
Yeah,
Turtles?
No, Dragon Turtles.
Yes. Okay. Okay. No. That's valid. I thought you were talking about Turtles, like the actual race.
Well, no,
Turtle.
I have to use a Turtle base, and then modify it with dragonborn qualities.
Right, no. I get that. I actually asked the question. I asked
it's
in
a
a
scaly.
VC a while ago. Are dragon turtles dragons?
100%.
Yes or no? You think? Okay, because I heard different results from that question. If dragon turtles are actually dragons.
Does it have dragon in the name? It's a fucking dragon.
Okay. Well, no. It got brought up because I was like, people were like, well, drakes aren't actually a part of the dragon family. I'm like, they're not. Drakes aren't a part of the dragon family. So what are dragon turtles then?
I don't know.
Apparently, drakes are just wingless wyverns with 4 legs.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, are they or not? Are they or are they not?
Well,
dragons?
that would also be the thing that like dragonborn inherently are not dragons. They're draconic. Like David says.
Yeah,
they're like inherently like saying things are dragon.
I think.
No.
I
Killjoy
think
says
it's a bad
dragons,
separation because you have. Oh, okay.
Killjoy says drakes, wyverns, and dragon turtles are all dragons by type, but they aren't true dragons. Perfect.
Okay, so my thing is that the separation, the delineation between a dragonborn and a half dragon is very minuscule to me because one gets a tail.
I don't
one
like
does
the
not.
idea. Yeah, I don't like. Okay, hot take. I don't like dragonborn, but I do like. There is a separate race, and it's called, and I've used it as a faux dragon, like a faux dragonborn. I think it was called
Draconians.
It wasn't draconians. It was something else, and the way they're feathered, and in the story, I used it. It was they were man-made dragonborns.
Huh.
They were like science. They were like
Interesting.
I think it was Dragon Is or something like that. I can't remember what the fuck it was called. Yeah, they were like Quetzalcoatl type. And
okay. I'm actually all for that. I like that.
And it was literally like dragons because it was an Eberron. Eberron is a setting
Eberron.
with a dragon mythology. Like it's a god dragon mythology.
So the funnest custom race I ever played by a friend of mine, half luck dragon from Neverending Story.
Not bad. All right.
Yeah.
Let's get back.
He was fluffy. Sorry.
Oil paint out of yellow cake uranium. In making this video, I'd done extensive research and used proper safety gear. I posted it as usual, and
that's not proper safety. Wait, did she use the oils? Okay, yellow cake uranium.
I'd done extensive research and used.
Majunga Wumba, can you use walnut oil on yellow cake uranium?
She also later, I believe, uses linseed oil. I may be remembering that wrong.
Majunga Wumba.
Give them a second.
I know.
Okay.
I can feel them. I can feel them seething.
I can feel them.
The same thing. All right.
I can feel this woman is dead. No. Is she making paint or salad dressing? I don't know. I like. It's an interesting one. I will give it that. Yeah, I don't. This is a weird one. Come on, Majunga Wumba.
I realized something because I'm finally working on the decals for my Gundam. I put the arms on backwards.
That happens.
The hole is supposed to go on the outside, but I have them both on the inside.
It happens. It happens. I'm trying to find the type of Dragonborn I used. That kind of sucks. I'll find it later.
This has become a D&D stream.
Yeah, no, because that was gonna bother me. But okay, we'll find out if you can use walnut oil later.
Used proper safety gear. I posted it as usual, and people thought it was pretty rad. But then a couple of weeks later, this happened.
Bro, it's radioactive. Lady, it's radioactive. How? Okay, I mauled it so hard my phone died.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yo.
Imagine crashing out so hard your phone stops you. Your
Listen,
phone said,
chat,
"No, we're gonna stop posting."
Chad, I need you to understand. If you don't gift Majunga Wumba a sub, they will continue to crash out. She calls an expert later in the video, I think. Okay, we'll see.
For the first time in my
But
life,
it's for very different
I
reasons.
had to report somebody to the NRC.
The United Nuclear Regulation Commission. Okay.
This person decided to make paint out of yellow cake uranium. But that's not what this video is about. It's about the respirator. I've done some digging. This respirator's wrong shape. These carts, I don't know what kind of cart that is, but
Oh, I don't know anything about this. Huh? Optional for deep dive CDC. So it's not using the correct. So it needs to use a P100 filter.
I think those are vapor carts.
Yeah. A self-proclaimed TikTok radiation expert started making a bunch of videos claiming that not only was I using all the wrong safety
Wow,
gear,
there was some venom. There was some venom in that statement.
That was some stanky leg.
Self-proclaimed nuclear expert.
Ooh, there was some stanky leg.
There
on
was
that
some
one.
anger. There was some resentment there.
It's like, this butch woman dare call me bad?
My God, no!
You know what? The only thing bad about her is her uneven bangs.
Oh, buddy.
I said it. I said it.
I know you did. I know you did. I know, bud. It's okay. We still love you. I still love you.
Her bangs are uneven.
God damn it.
neighborhood in danger. I had probably poisoned my whole neighborhood's water supply. They compared me to Marie Curie.
That's correct. Okay, that's all right. All right.
That's great.
All right, lady. That's all right, lady.
Just accept the joke, man.
This is this is a day.
And also compared the situation to deadlier nuclear accidents like Guyana, etc.
So the Guyana accident was a disaster in Brazil when an unsecured radioactive source was stolen from an abandoned hospital. That's no bueno. It's completely illegal to own these paints if you have proper instructions for disposal. They're also in yard sales for people for the paints for the 18 to 1900s in their stores. Yep. The respirator is rated for paint, house paint, that you should be doing in a ventilated space. Moon Buddies, thank you. I was just about to say that. Isn't that just a respirator for house paint? This lady's crazy. No. Oh, boy. I'm so sorry. Like, oh, Lord. She posted our Lord. Oh, my God. This is, I gotta see. I just had to see the bottom, but we'll get there. I'm sorry to every Portuguese speaker I ever know I butchered that. Okay, whatever.
Etc. etc.
True. Just because it comes from the planet Earth does not mean it won't kill you with extreme prejudice and that it will suck as you die.
Oh, that's nice. She, okay, here's a small taste of the over 85 videos this creator has posted about me in the last month, February and March. Okay. What? Hot singles in your area, jaws gnawing the corners of night, fingers slithering through the entrails of your dreams, swiping left. What? They're just asking her radiation questions. It's not about you. This TikTok isn't even about you. What? Oh, okay. Girl. Okay. You're going to talk about the audacity when the only fact you've stated to my comment was wrong is all your nothing burgers. Watching you claim you know more about than state and federal regulators while I'm on the silly commuter bus. Okay. On my way to my silly lab job to do radiation safety stuff. Again, I kind of believe radiation people, but we'll get there. Those are slow numbers.
Well, that was fast. The NRC has received your concern. Based on your description, we were able to determine that this individual is located in Utah, which is an NRC agreement.
I was very confused why Pinely is in this video.
Okay.
Which from Evil Pinely video? Oh, okay.
Yeah, Piley's okay. Is she
Pass your
real
concern
dead?
on
Who
the state of
knows?
Utah. I sent an email late last night. They got back to me today.
This is the point in time I started getting location-specific threats and comments like this one. Are you serious? You live in Utah? I absolutely despise when I find out horrible humans live in my city and state. You really better hope I don't find out where your shop or house is. And if you were, I would. Oh my god.
Be careful, Gromit. There are hot single in our area.
Okay. If I were you, I would quit posting videos altogether. You have not only the government, but a very large group of upset parents and people in Salt Lake City that are actively looking for you and where you live. I will not stand by while you reasonably poison and endanger a large population of Utah. I wouldn't post anymore if I were you. Okay. I think this person privated after Becca's audience went after them. Christ. Okay, okay. I'm gonna give Becca some not an olive branch, but just like, don't do this. Don't say I'ma find you in your home. You better not come out of it. Like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are these people crazy? Not the time!
And they found out where she lived. It was that.
To be fair, I'd have resentment for someone who made 85 videos on me too. Yeah, I also don't really care. I don't think every video is about them, but yeah. Hey, Sliggins, thanks so much for being a camera operator for a month, dude. Nice to see you. Nice to see you.
became a member. Sliggins celebrates 1 month of membership.
Yeah, like, this is, like, legitimate. Like, that's a threat. You should be reporting that to your local authorities. Like, I don't know. Like, the lady that made TikToks on her, you should... Okay, straight up. I will say this. The lady who made TikToks on her should not have revealed where she lived. She should have said, hey, the committee that I reported this lady to has received the report. They're investigating the matter. I'm moving on from it. You really, like, I think that that's really, like, fucked up to be like, hey, I'm a say where this person lives. Meh, like, nah. I'm not ready to take such a until the lady who made this video is confirmed whether or not she dumps radioactive material near her residence or putting other people at risk. Yeah, I would like to know where she's dumping it. I think that would be very important due to a lot of the information that we have on dumping regulations regarding hazardous, radioactive, and poisonous materials in that state. What does she paint on? What surface? I don't fucking know. Is that a thing? Do we have to know?
Fast. Okay, Utah.
I mean, we don't know if it
Essentially,
bleeds
these videos
through,
claim that I was guilty of
right?
I guess.
That was the
Yeah.
issue.
No, I'm
She's
kind
on
of on a
paper or canvas.
Yeah. No, I'm kind of on the scary lady side because Uranium Head doesn't seem to know shit about safety. Again, like, I would like to know more. Lio with the 10 gifted.
A gift to Falgi, for soon our plastic models will be tariffed into oblivion.
Yeah, Lio, I know, buddy. Lio, I know.
I saw last night we're in call, and I was like, oh look, China's tariffs are now 104%. We're all gonna die.
Apparently, he has pushed it off for another 90 days. So I will probably take a day off and go to the Gunpla store. Because I would like to.
Stock up before it's too late.
So, if / when this check gets the big C,
Kyrez!
what sad music do you think they will play in their video upload crying about it? Will their skin match then?
That's insane. In the arms of the angel. Majunga Womba goes, anything you paint absorbs the paint itself. So if you paint on paper with a radioactive paint, you have radioactive paper? No!
Yeah.
That's insane!
You just played yourself.
Yeah, tariffs are pushed off except for the one for China. And now we're in a weird tariff war that's like 125%. We may actually, we may do a random stream on the tariffs, actually. I haven't decided yet.
Let's do it.
I've been considering it because I've done a little
we
bit
can
of
do like a
research onto
law
it.
tariff stream because
Yeah.
we had the ones we were gonna cover.
Yeah. Yeah, we have the California law stuff too, the Texas California thing on obscenity content.
I can't wait till you guys see that thumbnail. It's really good.
Yeah. We're gonna kind of probably do that. If you do a political stream, I'm unsubscribing. Cloudy! Hello. No, it's not a political stream. It would just be discussing the tariffs. I would try to make it as apolitical as humanly possible. That's all I would try to do. Modern paper, canvas, and paneling also isn't built for such heavy pigment because modern paints are no longer made with dense chemicals. Interesting. Okay.
Criminal negligence that would result in me and possibly my entire neighborhood being doomed to radioactive Armageddon. Ah, yes, the classic art history YouTuber to eco-terrorist pipeline.
See?
Why didn't I think of it before? Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but this is an art history channel, so
Okay.
I'm definitely not claiming to be a radiation expert. But something about these videos seems...
Oh, Lio, if you're still here, I said this before, I'll say it again. If you and Anthony want to duke it out, you can duke it out on my channel. I will be your fucking moderator. I said this before, I'll say it again.
...seemed kind of... off. This creator claimed that they were only posting them with the public's safety in mind, but a lot of the claims they were making seemed like they were meant to spread fear and paranoia and just sensationalize the situation, rather than actually provide accurate information or educate their viewers.
Okay.
Despite the fact that they claimed they were an expert, they didn't show us any valid documentation that they were qualified to be advising the public on radiation safety. What was even more troubling, though, was that they claimed to have reached out to me personally before reporting me or posting a bunch of videos about the situation, but they didn't.
Okay.
Well, didn't they show that they requested a message from you?
No, that was a different person. My name is Becca, blah, blah, blah. So they haven't reached that 0 messages sent. I mean, you could delete messages. This doesn't really prove much, but sure. Sure.
So following this creator...
Again, I don't know. I don't really care if she reached out to you or not. Yeah, Kairos is correct.
And you didn't wear any valid PPE, and?
Yeah, it's like a weird thing where it's like, from my understanding from like EPA stuff that we looked up, unless she explains what the fuck she was wearing, that's not necessarily a fucking valid PPE. Yes, we could also do the Elon, like, freaking out. I will be very real. Someone naming their Path of Exile character Elon is a pedophile is hilarious.
That is amazing. Okay.
You don't need to be a radiation expert, but you do need to do it safely. Yeah, I mean, again, I actually agree with Becca here a little bit. If they are portraying themselves as an expert in lab studies and sciences, like they said on one of their TikToks that she chose, you are considering yourself a point of authority. That's why I always say when I talk about the mental health stuff, I never, ever come from a point of authority. And I always make it a point to highlight the fact that talking with your provider, if you're able to, or going somewhere and speaking with somebody is like the most important thing humanly possible.
Posting over...
The one time what she was wearing is actually important, to be honest. Yeah, do we have other videos of what this lady would be wearing in other videos? I'm very curious if someone has
you
other
can check
TikToks.
her Picasso one.
Does the Picasso one go over?
No, it's just a different. If you go, she has like some. Go to her videos.
Okay.
Oh, wait, she does have a TikTok right there. It says I'm.
This
okay,
one?
that's
This screen isn't just 8,000
Yeah, there
years
you go.
old, it's also deadly. But either way, we're making...
Yeah, she's holding a deadly paint and she's wearing
Shouldn't
a nice
you
top.
not be holding this like this? Okay, wait. She is wearing a glove underneath the glove. I could see that. If you see it, there's a glove underneath the glove, chat. It still don't
fits.
I still don't think you. I don't trust how sealed this is. That could be just me. Okay, so there is a glove underneath this glove. I don't know what glove this is, though. It doesn't look thick enough to be lead-lined. Could someone get me an example of a... Okay, Majunga Wumba, can you get me an example of lead-lined gloves and at me in stream chat?
Making it into paint. So let's suit up in some protective gear before...
That's not a PPE. Sweetie, that's not a PPE!
You just played yourself. Yeah.
How do you take that off? It's possible to touch toxic stuff and be fine, but the criticism was her disposal methods and what they are. Yeah, I know we're gonna get there. But, like, that's just a painter's flannel? That's just a flannel? Why? Well, there's a glove underneath the medical gloves. There's clearly a glove underneath.
Before we get going, because although I love art history, I don't want to become a part of it just yet. You see,
when she puts
I
the
love
gloves
art history
on...
year before
Okay,
we
yeah,
get
there's a
going,
glove
because
underneath
although
that glove,
I love
I
art
think.
history, I
Or
don't want to
maybe
become
not.
a part of it just yet. You see, folks, today we're
Again, she should be wearing something underneath her hair for her hair as well. At the Oplog, to be clear, the paint she's mixed is less radioactive than a banana, but it's still the issue of getting into soft tissues because once it's there, it's hard to remove. Yeah, I was about to say, like, there's like a whole bunch of things that I have questions about here.
talking about malachite, that ghostly cool green that's been used in art and cosmetics for over 8,000 years. It gets that beautiful...
Okay, she again uses walnut oil. Majunga Wumba, should she be using walnut oil? I guess we're gonna find out. Actually, you know what? Let me. I'm gonna look this up on a separate screen. Okay. Chat. While I'm looking this up, remember to like the video. Like the stream. Okay, Majunga Wumba has added me. Oh. Oh. Oh, honey. It's not on the screen yet. Oh, honey.
Oh, no.
Oh, honey. What the fuck am I looking at?
That is not what she's wearing.
Those are not the clothes she's wearing.
Alright, I'm gonna go throw away this gun
Those are not
box
the clothes
I
she's
finished.
wearing. Oh no! Oh no! She did. No, I shouldn't say that. Those are as thick as welding gloves. It's Chover! It's so fucking Chover! What the fuck is happening? Again, the question is, yeah, they should be extending up to her arms. This is another version of it that could be a little bit more akin, because this one's a little bit tighter on her skin. But yeah, that's weird. Like, these are examples of lead-lined gloves. What I'm trying to see is walnut oil... Can you mix toxic paints with walnut oil? Yes. So it seems like walnut oil... Okay. So it seems like walnut oil is used to... Oh god, it's actually the walnut oil that she uses. So it seems like... Oh god, I swear to Christ, if this is the lady she uses, I'll actually explode. So it seems like walnut oil is used for solvent-free medium. But like, can you use them on all of them? So this is just about oil painting toxicity in oils. Hot top of the month beginning oil painters is working with oils. They're toxic. Unpleasant smell. Like if you're pregnant. So this is talking specifically about oil painting. But I don't... I don't really see anything that highlights that you should be able... Okay. The issue is that the article is about modern paint without dense chemicals. Yeah, I was just about to say that. I was just about to say, this is about modern paint. I don't see anything for, like, the types that she's using. And that's kind of the problem I'm having, is... I don't... Okay, can you mix with yellow cake uranium? I can't believe I'm doing this! Cake uranium. Can you... Okay. One of my favorite lines. Toxicity of artist oils. Okay. Discovering rare toxic paint. That's her TikToks. What's crazy is that, like, it's all her TikToks. But, like, I've never, like, there's nothing that says specifically that you would use this oil for yellow cake uranium. Fauci's gonna be put on a fucking watch list? I don't think so. It gets worse, sure.
Beautiful blue-green from Copper...
Thank you, Emery, for the $5.
Feed the dog.
Carbonate, which if ingested can cause severe copper poisoning.
Majunga Wumba, is this an okay surface for her to use this? I'm just worried if I show him, he'll start attack. I'll have a heart attack? What do you mean I'll have a heart attack? Oh, you should show your boss this. Please give us a report of what your boss feels about this. Majunga Wumba, I need this.
And even death if you were to eat enough of it. But what, in my opinion, is the most interesting fact about this pigment is that it was used in the most stolen painting in history, the Ghent altarpiece. I'm working on a much longer video about it for later, but for now, let's just say that it was stolen by both French Napoleon Dynamite and evil Charlie Chaplin. And one of its panels remains missing in the most...
That's just regular paper. So old paints were mixed with linseed oil. Thank you. That's just regular... Is that just regular paper?
Apparently.
Is that just toxic paint on regular paper? Oh,
it's not spicy paper.
Oh, no. Again, I think her channel's actually interesting. Okay, I think her channel's actually interesting. Cool Anime Girls with the $1.
Ara, Cool Anime Girls,
Oh, God.
tipped $1. I'm waking up to ash and dust. I wipe my brow and I sweat my rust. I'm breathing in the chemicals.
I hate
I'm
you.
radioactive. Radioactive tilde.
What did they paint the yellow on? They have a TikTok about it, so let me see if I can find it. Here we go.
I was falsely accused of poisoning my entire neighborhood.
No. Where is it? Come on, lady. Cursed snail paint. Where's your fake yellow cake uranium plate? Come on. What? Recipe in human pee. Before a young chemist finally figured out, I guess.
I think she deleted the uranium video.
Okay.
It only shows up in this video where she's addressing it.
I wonder if it's because it wasn't. So, like, well, that's the other thing, too. She thought that she was working with nuclear paints. It's in the doc. It was deleted. Thank you.
Yeah, we talked about it.
I haven't had time to read the doc fully. I've been busy.
It was in the chat. We were talking about it.
So she uses lead paint, lead again, lead and mercury paint, and a lot of arsenic. A lot of arsenic, chat. This is what I'm being told in my show doc. Thank you, Based Killjoy.
50 of these TikToks.
Hey TikTok, I'm going to put radium in my crochet.
Thank you, Platinum. Thank you. Busy doing what? I had other shit to do today.
TikToks, often posting multiple videos a day, and accusing me of a bunch of different crimes and essentially being this generation's radioactive Girl Scout, I decided to
David Charles Hans Hupkyle, the radioactive Boy Scout and the nuclear boy, was an American nuclear radiation enthusiast who built a homemade neutronian source at the age of 17. That doesn't seem healthy. I will also, I'm reminded of a Reddit story of somebody having uranium in a college dorm.
Uranus?
And they only found out later. Oh, of course it was New Jersey!
New Jersey L.
Radium girls were factory female workers who contracted radiation poisoning from painting radium dials, watch dials with hands with self-luminous paint. The incidents occurred at 3 factories in the United States. One in Orange, New Jersey, beginning around 1971. One in Ottawa, Illinois. And God damn it, New Jersey. Can't you just be normal? Can't you just be normal?
to consult the real experts. Specifically, I spoke with Dr. Matthew Memmott, an award-winning nuclear...
All right, PhD in nuclear science, engineering, tons of peer-reviewed articles, tons of nuclear patents, professor of nuclear engineering, and rad dude. Okay.
Nuclear scientist, engineer, professor, and
Okay.
author of over 40 peer-reviewed studies.
Have a good one. All right, I'm gonna put the desk down.
Doggy, I can't hear you. You back for a second?
Testing. Okay. No, I accidentally hit the cord and it fucked up. Give me a second.
Well, you need to stop doing that.
Well, my chair's there. I haven't done it in a while. Child, what did you do? Chat, you're going in drive mode. Oh my god, I hate you all.
Nuclear energy and safety, as well as the creator of 11 different nuclear patents. Suffice it to say, Dr. Memmett's got uranium on the cranium. And turns out, when I asked him about what he thought about the safety of the whole situation, he said this.
This is a little
The audio's
radiation
cutting out
individual
for
dose
me,
calculator.
Boggy.
And I put in some pretty...
Or was that just her? Like, what's going on? Oh.
Testing.
Oh, I can
okay,
hear you
sorry,
again. I can hear you again.
It was having issues again. Sorry. It was just having connectivity issues. Sorry, chat.
But make sure you get a new one before the tariffs hit.
Yeah, I guess. So, okay. Does she have a link to this video?
Worst case scenario. So I'm assuming you had 1 gram of straight uranium, which you actually did have, that it was natural uranium, that it was absolutely pure. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And then I assumed
Okay.
that you had painted with it, which is what,
What the fuck is that face?
Okay?
No!
And then
Girl! Move the camera down, dog! No!
I assumed that...
How much did she lie to him about how much PPE that she used? I don't know. That's actually a really good question. I don't know how much PPE she's supposed to use.
You had painted with it, which
Well,
is
we
what
know
you've
she's
done.
supposed to use
Right?
definitely
Now,
not
you
the
did do
gloves
some
she's
mixing
wearing.
first,
Yeah.
And you did have PPE for that, which is great. Okay? And
Y'all forget the
Okay.
fact to say like a million times. Okay, I don't really care.
And despite what was claimed, that PPE that she was citing is required if you're constantly in that environment and you have high concentration of uranium that you're trying to get out. But we're talking uranium dust that was fairly stable and it was distributable, but not up in the air. So the most reasonable case is where we have you painting it on a plane. So we have this uranium external on a plane. Okay, and it's continuous, meaning you're continuously exposed to it for long periods of time. And then we wanted to look at, okay, what's the dose immediately, over a year, over 10 years, etc. And when you go through and do that calculation, the dose that you'll see immediately is about, meaning if you just stick around that for an entire year, if you keep that next to you for an entire year, you'll get about 1.66 microsieverts per year. So that probably doesn't mean a lot because radiation units are oblique and obscure. But there's a nice little diagram that was made after Fukushima that...
The question is, where is she dumping this, though? How does she get rid of it How does she clean her tools? Where does she put everything? Oh God, you're big. I forgot.
I'm big, guys.
Yeah, the question has been not okay. Listen, if she is being safe, that's okay. But my question is, how is she disposing of it? The problem arises when you factor in how oil-based mediums keep chemicals active, and even if it's a small amount, that's a dumping waste. Yeah. Like, where are you washing this off? If you're washing your shit in the sink, where are you okay, let's say she's not washing it in the sink. Let's say she's storing the water somewhere. Where the fuck are you storing the water? Like, what? Let's find out more, chat.
Kind of gives frame of reference for exposure. And if we look over here, a dental x-ray is 5 microsieverts. So 1.6 microsieverts means you got about 3 times less than you'd expect from a dental x-ray, if you're with that all year long.
Oh my gosh.
And even more than that, if you spend 1 day in an area with higher than average radiation, say for example, you go to Colorado or Utah, where we live, because we're higher up, we get more radiation because less air is.
I swear to God, if this motherfucker goes to Brigham Young University, I'm gonna fucking explode. You know this motherfucker go to BYU. Yo. I'm sorry. I shouldn't say this. Does this guy not know that she mixed it with oils? I don't. Okay, that is actually something very interesting. He talked about the fact that it was, but he is saying that she's painting with it. So I'ma assume he knows that she is doing it. BYU is the Mormon university. That's the joke. It doesn't mean that he's like bad at nuclear science. It's whatever. Yeah, you should trash BYU. Yeah, no, I know. I'm just making the joke. Ultimately, the issue is that she's using as paint, so the paint is tainted. Whatever she's painting is tainted. The tools that she's using are tainted. The water she's using is tainted, and everything else mixed with it. Yeah, that's exactly what we're highlighting. We have documentation and regulations on dumping. We're gonna go over it. Is he a Mormon? I don't know if he's a Mormon. If someone can find out where the fuck Matthew fucking fine. I don't know. Matthew.
Make sure you don't dox your email.
Mehmet. How do you fucking Mehmet PhD nuclear. Wait.
No, you got it.
I'm always fucking right. I'm always fucking right. They're all from BYU. They're all from BYU, chat. Again, it's okay. I know they're from BYU. It's okay. That's okay. I mean, like, listen. He went to the Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Okay, he's fine. Mehmet currently teaches course in fluid mechanics and intro to nuclear engineering. Listen. Okay. Yeah, he went to MIT. It's guys, I'm just making a joke. He went to big boy school. Like my man went to MIT. I'm just telling you where he's teaching. I do think it's funny. I'm not doubting his credentials at all. I just thought it was funny that I was right.
Is above us to block the sun's radiation. You're going to get 1.2 microsieverts in a day just being in a place like Utah. You'll get even more than that if you fly from New York to LA, for example.
Again, I think it's not the issue. Okay, listen, if she wants to make herself toxic, I don't personally give a fuck. If he's saying that the PPE is particularly regulated, again, the gloves I have an issue with personally, but again, we don't know. I don't like the shirt thing, but that's just me personally. If that's the standards in Utah, fuck it, I don't care. I mean, fuck it, we ball. If those are the standards, I'm not going to argue that. My question is, how is she dumping it? Just express how you're dumping it. I don't think it's that hard. Right? Am I crazy for literally asking, how do you dump this?
No, you're not crazy. She's just avoiding it.
And again, this is not a question of nuclear fear. I just want to know how you're dumping this shit.
on this one right here, New York to LA, because you're so high, you're going to get a 40 microsievert dose.
Whoa.
So to say that you are risking the public by having this, that's saying that assuming somebody else is constantly around your painted uranium.
Yeah, Ahsoka, I know. Like she would be contaminating like the sewage system. I totally know.
Surface for an entire year, they're going to get about the same dose as spending one day in a higher elevation location.
Now the question is, okay, so I'm not saying Matthew Memmott is being PhD is being disingenuous when I say this, but my question is she framing the usage and or storage of it? That's what I'm asking about. Those are all the things I'm asking about. Yeah, the oil is still iffy. I'm with you, Majunga. You work in this field. I do trust you enough to be like, hey, this is good or not good. The gloves just need to be the gloves just need to be disposable if you're handling uranium oxides. You need to prevent that stuff from getting inside you. Yeah. Yeah, no, again, I don't care if she fucking becomes radioactive. I don't care if she becomes an Imagine Dragons fucking song. I care what she's doing with it afterwards.
I care about her accidentally poisoning an orphanage.
Yeah.
So your risk is the same as asking somebody to go on a hike with you for a day.
Wow.
I mean, just ludicrous claims that you are poisoning or risking the public. And this is just based on public uranium calculations and well-known dose rates.
Okay, but what about the PPE?
Further, when she ridicules your PPE, she is literally only correct if handling the kg tons. See the yellow dart, my PPE was great. The TikToker, on the other hand.
Wait, is she implying he said this? Because he should have said this.
Yeah, that's like, can I see the email from him?
Yeah, this seems kind of sus to me.
Yeah, okay, not over a gram of a couple days. There are not enough particles to make the air pass through your mask, let alone to clog it and endanger your health. Plus, once the paint dries, there is no more airborne threat. So her assertion that you're risking the public is quite frankly irresponsible and absurd. Although her basic science statements about radiation are correct and mirror my own comments regarding inhalation and ingestion, all of her comments regarding your conduct and risk to yourself and the public are unfounded, highly exaggerated, and quite bluntly wrong. She smacks at someone trying to make people afraid, which has been the challenge to safe nuclear for decades. I was very unimpressed with her conjecture and assumptions, particularly since she cited nothing and exaggerated much. Again, I trust what she's saying, but she's not. But why are we not knowing how she cleans it? That is my fucking question. How do you deal with the leftover paint that you've created? How do you deal with the artwork you've created? Okay. Still him. Hang in there. Know that you are not a super fun disaster that she is making you out to be. In fact, you're totally honest. Madam Curry was a hero who inadvertently sacrificed her health and even life to bring fruition of the most beneficial branches of science in the world, leading to medicine, food preservation, energy manufacturing, satellites, precision machining, biological tracking, life-saving medical procedures, and even pest control measures that saved millions from malaria deaths. The fact that she was using her name as a slur. Yo, he just said that name is a slur. Bro.
Is he just glazing her up? What is this?
Oh, buddy.
He's like, ma'am, would you like to go to dinner with me?
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. The fact that she's using her name as a slur as an insult reveals her ignorance on the nuclear science. I would like to take her comparison as the compliment that it is, even though she wants to be an insult. Let me know if you need anything more. I'm happy to help. Matt. Dr. Matt Memmott. Okay. Interesting. Check the stream chat to see if she doesn't double glove at all and is crazy. Let me double check. Again, I don't.
Would you ever paint your nails with real arsenic? Well,
wait. Shouldn't she have gloves on? With the
real
Yeah.
arsenic? Well, some people in my comments have been upset about the state of my nails recently, and because we love art history and poison pigments on this channel, I wanted to see what genuine arsenic would look like.
Okay, it looks like the smock is kind of lined with something. Am I crazy? Okay, hold up.
And poison pigments on
So am I
this
crazy?
channel.
It does look like the smock is lined with something. Maybe
I
I'm
wanted
wrong.
to see what genuine arsenic would look like as a nail polish. And
Also,
so
those
we
are
grabbed
regular
our
gloves.
Paris
You
green
could tell her nails right there. You could tell her fingers right there. These are just gloves.
and we got things cooking. Although this pigment contains high levels of arsenic and is therefore deadly with less than a teaspoon, you can still mull it pretty much just like any other normal paint. And that's exactly what we did, except that I left it a little bit thinner so that it would glide more easily onto my nails. But as any nail polish enthusiast would know, you can't paint your nails with gloves on. So once those were off and my nails were all cleaned up, I just went in and started painting my nails with the arsenic. And I know arsenic can absorb pretty well through your nails, but I only vomited twice while doing this, so I think overall it was a huge...
Okay, when was this video done? 6 months ago. Oh no, what's happening? Why are people? Why? I'm trying to be nice, guys. I'm trying to be nice. I am literally trying to be nice. I'm literally just trying to be like I'm so conflicted because I actually find her like channel to be interesting. No base. Do you need a base in general?
Have you never painted your nail before, Falky?
No, I've had patients paint my nails before. I've never personally painted my nails. I can't have them painted at the hospital. I would paint my nails. I don't give a fuck. I've never painted them. This is a joke, okay? Is this a joke video? That stuff looked way too real. Okay. I breathed the whole sigh of relief when you admitted it was fake. Okay.
success. That being said, this entire video is a joke, and please
Okay, thank the fucking Christ.
That just...
Okay. That's fine. That's what I was saying is like, I actually kind of like that. It's just weird, man. I don't know. Yours and Becca's streams recently have made me want to drink more. Big Daddy Dom, it's okay. I will say this, like, again, I actually do find our channel very interesting. I actually do.
The Picasso video's good.
You're eating on stream. Holy shit.
I'm having
Shame them! I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually, I may be on her side, I'm not gonna lie. Wait, I may be actually being turned! I don't know, I may actually be turned.
My expert opinion on the situation. So, what went wrong here? Why were people out for blood? Well, for a lot of people, nuclear equals scary. Most people don't immediately Google every TikTok they watch, or would even know what to Google in this situation. So even though this person on TikTok was spouting a bunch of nonsense...
Okay, I don't think it's like nuclear panic. I think it's literally people are concerned that you're doing this on the internet for content and don't understand what the fuck you're doing. Again, how are you, like, as many people have said, how are you disposing of the paints? Just dispel the rumors. Just tell us how you're disposing of the paints. That's all I ask.
The actual facts in this situation ended up lost in the absolute cesspool of misinformation and fear-mongering around pretty much anything labeled radioactive. Now, obviously, I am not recommending that you go out and buy yourself a bunch of cesium. Please don't mess around with a bunch of radioactive materials. That is not the point of this video, and it is not what I want you to do. That's a terrible idea. Do not do that. Let me emphasize here, safety when you're dealing with radioactive materials is crucial. But you know what's just as crucial? Telling people the actual truth about these radioactive substances and the nuclear energy that comes from them. Misinformation has real consequences.
We are not doing COVID-19 deaths in this! Lady!
We can't escape the COVID-19.
No, you know what this is? You know what I'm going to tell you right now what this is? This is the same problem I have with the Rachel Oates video. Why are you bringing unrelated shit into your video? Why? Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Hey.
How was your nap, buddy?
It was good.
It was good. Do you want to play Marvel Rivals after this?
I don't know.
We can play Marvel Rivals. It'd be fun.
I heard you.
We can play games.
I understand what that entails.
I just want to play games with you.
I heard you.
Next video, making pigment from anthrax. Yeah.
So the TLDR, Greg. This lady was accused of poisoning the area where she lives in Utah due to improper usage of uranium / arsenic / yada yada paint.
It's because people asked her how she disposes it, and then she just kind of was like, "Why are people accusing me of things?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, what she's just at least been able to prove with an actual like nuclear scientist is the amount of radiation or poisoning, or at least radiation. He didn't cover the poisonous ones like the arsenic or lead paints, right? He just identified that the amount of radiation that he would receive isn't that much. It's like negligible at best from the paints. Again, the question will be, does she ever discuss how she Brandier for the 2?
Greg and his 2-word answers.
No, listen. Yes, he goes to BYU. Yes, he teaches at BYU, but the man went to MIT. Listen, give him his fucking just rewards. He went to MIT. Let's not be rude.
And when it comes to the misinformation about nuclear energy, these consequences are often deadly. Just maybe not in the way you're thinking. So now I'm bringing it back, baby. I'm giving you all of the information about the energy that comes from those spicy rocks. Let's go. Okay, listen, I'm not usually one for conspiracy theories, but when I say that one of the big reasons that people are so afraid of nuclear energy is because people have been intentionally spreading fear.
This isn't a question about nuclear. No. Also, Big Dong Daddy Dom, for a second. Dom. No. It's Storm. I don't need basic white women in my video game. It's Storm all day.
And here you find out that Falgi admits that he does not like white women.
I don't. No.
It's kinda hard to see her whole, I support proper information about radioactive substances stance as true, when part of her whole channel's idea is lol watch me be quirky with dangerous components.
Yeah, like that is my thing, and also like is this I don't know, there's things. I think we're afraid of radioactivity because of Chernobyl. Mitch. Oh, fuck, guys. My chatters are the best.
And lies about it
Fucking
for
love you guys.
decades. It's not even really a conspiracy theory. It's just true. Cue radiation expert. I feel like it going, I guess, off script a little bit with.
Oh, no. Okay, her hands, she must have like an iron thing, because her hands are red. And her face is, but her neckline is the consistent color. Greg, you missed it before. I unfortunately, I had to make fun of this lady's blush foundation game because it was caked. It was kind of bad.
But your makeup's always caked. What? We don't mention it.
I just have cake, asshole.
With the interview questions, it has been frankly, like, insane to learn. Like, I almost feel like I've uncovered.
Improper dumping is something that a ton of people do, and I think it's partially a failing of informing the public and making hazardous disposal easier. Someone mentioned smoke detectors, for instance. Yeah, that's honestly that's fair.
I'll be right back. My cat wants belly rubs.
It's okay.
Her belly rub spot.
She did a video on a school bus yellow. You know, the famous lead-filled color. Yeah, again, like, I actually find her channel very interesting. What I don't understand is that, like, from what I understand, this video never addresses how she's disposing of the materials. I think if she highlights that, she honestly wins me over. Like, that's
Yeah, I think that's all you have to do.
Yeah, that's all I'm really asking. That's all I'm asking. Just tell me how you're disposing of it. And I don't think there's any controversy on TikTok. Because I'll be honest, she's won me over on a lot of other shit. I'll be very upfront about this. And I know she's not gonna. And I do think that that's annoying. I'm upset because if I didn't work the job I did, I would love her channel. Again, I would love to know what experts in this field... Majunga, I would love if you brought this up to your boss, like, straight up. Because I would like to know who... people who work in this field with, like, actual hazardous and radioactive paints, what is the actual concern? Not just, like, not nuclear misinformation, all this stuff. And I get it. Like, I don't like this either. Fuck you, be dumping in Jersey, I'd be on her side. Fuck you, Wookie. What just pisses me off is that it feels like a pattern with channels of spreading misinfo and then complaining about misinfo like it's their audience's fault. I don't even think that this is necessarily misinfo, Midge, but I get what you're saying. I think the bigger question is like, hey, people have a question. I'll be very honest. The detractor that she had came on way too strong for me. Personally, came on way too strong for me. I do think that part of the issue is that I would like to know how she's disposing of this. Greg, you weren't here, but the detractor like emailed like the National Radioactive like committee kind of thing, the NRC. And she's like, "Oh yeah, we found out this person lives in Utah." And says it to her TikTok that, "Oh yeah, she lives in Utah." I don't know if she's ever made that public. I don't think that that's appropriate. Let a national agency just do its fucking job. I don't think you need to do much after that. Like, I don't fucking understand.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what the implication of saying you live in Utah is because it's they live near Zion.
She also got she got messages.
Some of these.
Yeah. Well, she got messages saying, "I'll find your house in Utah."
I mean, I don't know what the point is. Utah citizens, be on the lookout for this person in particular. I don't know what the implication of saying that would be, or I don't know what the reasoning for them saying that would be, other than after you put in your report.
I would just maybe
her state where she lives is unnecessary to the after the fact. I mean, unnecessary after you've already put in your statement type of thing.
Moon Bunnies and Majunga Wumba actually have the greatest thing. Why would you not just film your disposal process? Because then you have a video showing how you safely dispose of all of the hazardous materials you work with. So if people do this at home, which it's perfectly legal, by the way, to do it at home, you can just show it. Yeah, even saying she's poisoning her entire town is silly. She shouldn't have done that, but this is like going too far. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think saying she's poisoning her whole town is wild. I would just say like, hey, is she in proper dumping? That's what I would like to know. Pimenta, I know where you live. I didn't dox you. Your house just glows in the dark.
The world's longest and biggest smear campaign.
Yeah.
It was bonkers to look at the fear around something versus the actual scientific facts and the measurable the measurable negatives and positives from something versus the perceived negatives. It's just crazy.
And in fact, you're not wrong when there's a book by somebody named Richard Rhodes, who's a Pulitzer Prize-winning author, and he writes about the history of a lot of things, including nuclear. And he wrote a book called Energy that basically covers the Industrial Revolution and energy from starting in England with coal and steam engines all the way to today. And when he discusses nuclear, he points out that there was a group of people that followed Thomas Malthus, who was a philosopher/activist who felt like the population of the Earth was too high and it needed to be greatly reduced.
Oh no!
And they felt threatened by nuclear because nuclear provided such cheap and abundant electricity that the population of the Earth could skyrocket. And so they felt it was their obligation to make people so afraid and so nervous about nuclear energy that the regulation got so stringent as a result that it wouldn't be innovated and it wouldn't be
I'll be legit. I actually think that this video, again, if the storage, if she explains the storage, okay, Jay Shepherder, actually good point. If she just highlighted how she stores and disposes of everything, and if it's all on the up and up, fucking based.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you can potentially argue with how she, like the canvas she uses, as well as maybe the protection that she uses, but inherently, that's not illegal. It's potentially unsafe on her part, but not illegal. My question is, like, why couldn't you show all of that? I think that would be perfectly fine if you showed all that. I think that would upset no one. I think it'd be actually really cool if you did that. Because again, I will say so far, this lady's kind of won me over a little bit.
And they were very successful. There were letters that he revealed that showed that this was an intentional effort.
Yeah, Midge, I think nuclear energy is really cool, but I think like being like, hey, people are afraid because of X, Y, and Z, and that's just not cool. I'm like, no, like just, I think that education like this, ooh, my hair is doing hair things right now. What the hell? I just think doing education like this and then showing how you take care of it as a normal everyday person, actually interesting.
To smear nuclear energy, joined in by oil companies and groups elsewhere to try and make it fearsome so that we wouldn't have this nuclear energy. And they succeeded with flying colors.
Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. And what was the time period on this, did you say, again?
Oh, if I remember right, it's in his book.
Yeah, that's crazy. And what?
Lady, you have a Yeti right here! Use the Yeti! Please! Please! Sorry, I hate to have an annoyance when, like, this lady's got, like, what, 500K subscribers, 553 subscribers? Why didn't you just put the mic right here? You could do it.
What was the time period on this, did you say, again?
Oh, if I remember right, it's in his book. I think it was 60s, 70s time frame, if I remember right. It's been a while since
again,
I've read that book,
it's just using, she's talking about something really interesting and educational, but she also is using it to sidestep the issue of people asking, hey, just how are you disposing of this? That's all we ask. Like, I get it. The TikToker that called her out and like kind of doxed where she lives is an asshole. I'll be very upfront about that. In my personal opinion, that's kind of like an asshole move because she's already kind of like, how do I express? Okay, perfect example, right? I've talked about this before. I don't hide this. When we looked up fucking Sissy Recovery Guy, which if you haven't watched that video, go watch the Sissy Recovery video. It's one of the funniest things that we've done on this channel. Yeah, we found out where he grew up, right? He's from Jersey, he's from part of Jersey, and maybe from different places. Again, I didn't find out exactly where he lived. We just found his LinkedIn page. Found his full name, which he uses on his YouTube channel, so I'm not too concerned about that. But I'm not actively searching where this guy lives and telling people, hey, I reported this person. You people out there should be beware of this person. You guys should report this person. Because there's a lot of malintent when you're like, you should be on the lookout for this person. This person may be bad. And then you just reveal where they live or the general area. Because that's malicious. It is, like, you're doing it targeted. It's just like, it is very bizarre to me. A lot of my outrage is because I work as an apprentice to a paint restorer, and I see in her blasé attitude towards the chemical sets me off. Also, it makes me mad that she won't show her disposal. Yeah, all I'm asking. Hey, do you know how to get rid of this stuff? Her. Oh my god, like nuclear energy isn't that bad or scary.
Yeah, he has
based Corvus.
There's from the various environmental groups and other groups saying, hey, we need to make this happen with nuclear so that we can keep expensive energy and keep the population down, etc.
Crazy.
It's nuts. It's just bonkers.
So yeah, what's more fun than intentionally keeping clean energy sources from the world in an effort to literally kill off a bunch of the population? Yay. But you know what people aren't
You want to go back a second?
Yeah, a public disclaimer about the nuclear smear campaign. Oh my god! Lady,
are you saying the criticism is a nuclear spear campaign against her?
No, I think what she's trying to do is like what people smear about nuclear energy. Disclaimer about the nuclear smear campaign. It seems necessary to add that here in reality, the unfounded fear about nuclear power seems to be a perfect storm of cultural misperception, information mismanagement, real accidents, and detachment from credible scientific assessments of the risks of nuclear energy. However, it's undeniable that misinformation, disinformation, and malinformation, MDM, I don't understand why you had to fucking... You don't need to, like, put it as an abbreviation when you're not highlighting it anywhere else. That's not how that works. Played a significant part in the cultural misperception of nuclear energy. So while saying many people fear/hate nuclear energy because they've been conditioned to fear/hate it, regardless of the facts, isn't untrue, it's also not the whole story. Again, not the criticism that's being levied right now. Just how do you get rid of it? That's all I want to know.
But you know what people aren't telling you about nuclear energy? In a study done by NASA in 2013, they calculated that
fuck me. Fuck me, I gotta read this. Prevented mortuary greenhouse gas emissions from historical and projected nuclear power. Okay, in the aftermath of March 2011 accident at Japan's Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant, the future contribution of nuclear and nuclear power to global energy supply has become somewhat uncertain. Because nuclear power is an abundant low-carbon source of baseload power, it could be a large contribution to the mitigation of global climate change and air pollution. Using historical production data, we calculate that the global nuclear power has prevented, on average, of 1.84 million air pollution-related deaths and 64 gigatons of CO2 equivalent greenhouse gas, GHG, emissions that would have resulted from fossil fuel burning. On the basis of global projection data that take into account the effects of the Fukushima accident, we find that nuclear power can additionally prevent an average of 420,000 to 7.04 million deaths and 80 to 204 fucking gigatons CO2 equivalent emissions due to fossil fuels by mid-century, depending on which fuel it replaces. By contrast, we assess the large-scale expansion of unconstrained natural gases would not mitigate the climate problem and would cause far more deaths than the expansion of nuclear power. Again, that's not the question! Where are you dumping? That's all we want to know! Just where are you dumping? Just answer the fucking question!
nuclear power had already...
I actually think that this is based! Just show us how you're disposing, store it! Gee, listen. For Majunga Wumba's sake, lady. Just show us how you fucking store it. That's all I ask. How did we get here? Again, this is highly interesting if you would just explain how you store and dispose of it. I think it'd be totally fine. At this point, a nuclear scientist has said your PPE is based poggies. I actually don't care anymore. My question to you is, where does it go? That's all I want to know.
around 1.84 million air pollution-related deaths.
Okay, Midge Maddock, if she is dumping it into the endangered wetlands that Onision, I'll lose my mind. Also, if you're dumping it at Onision's house, like, it's based, though.
Would have resulted from fossil fuel burning, and that in the next 25 years, nuclear power could additionally prevent up to 7 million more just from preventing premature deaths caused by air pollution. Okay, but here's where you might say, Becca, how many lives is that nuclear energy costing us in return? Surely nuclear energy has killed an inordinate amount of people, right?
This entire video can be summed up in, listen, I get it. Nuclear power, like nuclear energy is safe until it's not. But can I not just like use my nuclear power in peace, like nuclear paints in peace? And I'm like, okay, where does it go? Where does it fucking go?
Right? Let's see what Dr. Mehmet has to say.
This is my favorite graph, and it's been remade several times by very reputable sources, where people actually account for, considering all accidents, air pollution, beginning to end, cradle to grave impact of different kinds of energy. All electricity is risky, right? Just like everything that we do, all kinds of activities have some kind of risk. Driving your car has some kind of risk. So these people put together the number of deaths per terawatt hour per year from the various electricity production sources.
Okay.
Does it have to do with anything?
Time out. Yeah, okay. It's okay. First off, it's combining accidents and air pollution. I understand. There's also not a lot of nuclear plants. This study is kind of inherently flawed a little bit. Again, where are the paints? I just want to know where the paints go. I think nuclear power is base, lady. You won me over. Just show me where the paints are. Where do you put it? Just show me where the paints go. Oh my god, I this is super interesting. I find this highly interesting. Granted, these studies can be inherently flawed because the sample size for nuclear power can be small. That's the whole fucking other story. Again, I think it's cool, but just where are we going? Where is the yellow 5?
Diatribe.
Where is the yellow 5? I need my yellow 5 in my lemonade. Kyrez with the 2.
Can she give a PSA for arsenic poisoning
Yeah,
instead?
that's the other thing too. Like, she's used other poisonous things. I'm just curious where they all go, dog. Where do they all go?
And what I want to call your attention to is the fact that the second from the bottom, meaning the second safest power that we know how to make, is nuclear power, with only 0.03 deaths per terawatt hour per year. And that counts all the accidents. And when we think about things like Fukushima, people are concerned because one operator died because they walked into radioactive water that was really radioactive. But there were 30,000 people that died from the earthquake and the tsunami. Do we really want to spend all of our resources declining a very cheap energy source and a very reliable energy source because one person died from that while 30,000 people died from the other natural event, right?
I think...
we're getting lost in the sauce here, man.
I feel like this guy...
I
feel like this guy doesn't understand why people are upset with her.
Yeah.
Or she didn't tell him.
I don't think she explained.
He's here for a different video, and we're here for a different video than she's.
Yeah, we're all here for different videos. I agree. I completely understand, and I agree that the earthquake and the tsunamis. Yeah, I think everybody kind of understands that. It's just the nuclear power plant. It's radiation, and the leakage is very, very concerning because of the effects that it has over a period of time. I agree with this guy. Why can't you? Okay. Nobody based in Poggies if she asked this guy what's the best way to dispose of my stuff and then shows that she's doing it. Why aren't you asking him how to dispose of it? What the fuck? I'm tired. I can't believe it. Chad, I'm crashing out.
No, stop.
Brian Mullins, you're next.
Oh,
and
yeah.
So when we want the safest power ever, we really are talking nuclear.
Listen, I gotta like...
Yeah.
The difference is nuclear produces 20% of the electricity needs in the U.S., while solar is not nearly that high yet.
Your 50-minute interview with Dr. Mehmet is up on my Patreon. Why would you not release that? Why would you not? Why would you not release the? No, it's not sus. But like, lady, why?
Aren't you trying to defend yourself? Why are you page gating it?
Yeah, it's not even that. Like, this is a really like educational thing that you're discussing, and I think is really important. Why? It's not like a behind the scenes thing. It's like, just release the interview. How hard is this every time? My question is, did she prep this dude to rant about nuclear power, then use it to defend her own shit? Because he clearly doesn't know or understand the situation as a whole. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she just explained what people were mad at her for. Maybe showed a TikTok or two. Again, just show how you dispose of it. That's all I ask. At this point, if you're not going to explain how you dispose of it, it's weird. Yeah, she might have asked him leading questions. I would love to... I mean, here's the thing. Leading questions don't matter in this instance because he has the statistics to prove it. I'm pretty sure he just has the stats just up and ready to go. I don't think leading questions matter when you're a subject expert, in my personal opinion. This is not a court of law. I think people always are like, oh, you're asking leading questions. I don't think there's anything wrong with leading questions. It's, are you asking questions that are pertinent to the story or pertinent to what you want to tell? Those are all like, sorry I have to use this example, but you saw this kind of in that in the last jar call where the questions being asked were, hey, were you attracted to that minor? Are you sure people didn't think you were attracted to that minor? Because people were confused. Maybe you were attracted. Like, those are leading questions. Yeah. I like how we're 2 hours into the stream and Fauci has been asking the same question since we started. I'm sorry, Dom. I'm sorry.
Foreshadowing.
I'm sorry.
And remember how I said green? Yeah, since nuclear energy doesn't produce carbon emissions, using it quite literally helps keep the air cleaner.
I've already sped her
Alkaline,
up.
you might ask? Well, because of nuclear power, the emissions that the US avoided in 2023 that would have come from fossil fuels are the equivalent to the lifetime emission and absorption of 114.8 million trees planted.
But this doesn't explain what the fuck you're doing with the pay.
Why are we here?
I want to know why you have lead paints and what you do. Like, to be fair, on big incidents, Fukushima and Chernobyl chiefly, they were primarily caused by long periods of willful neglect or cost cutting, and in the case of Fukushima, it was, natural disaster. Where is Mama JF? Where is Mama JF? One day we will do a JF stream. I
still need to do the research into that.
It's not. Well, I need to reach out to people who are like JF aficionados, like a Beckett or somebody, because it's just like, oh, there's years of content on this fucking guy. Years.
151.9 million tons of waste recycled instead of landfilled. CO2 sequestered by nearly 510 million acres of U.S. forests. Or
put Mama JF in the paint. Oh no! 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 I don't know why that got me. I don't know why. No! Oh, fuck me.
The energy equivalent of 2.4 million rail cars of coal burned. And that's just in 2023, folks. So that's super cool, but I can already hear the comments. Is nuclear energy really worth it? What about the lives lost in nuclear disasters? Well, in the over 70 years we've had with nuclear...
Lady, where the fuck is the paint? What do you do with the paint?
Where's Charles Soze?
Where's
I don't know what that is.
Who is? No,
I don't know.
It's you mean who is Kaiser Soze?
Yeah,
Charles Soze.
Charles Soze.
I couldn't remember it.
Who is Kaiser Soze?
Charles Soze. That's like the Schmegel thing.
The Schmegel. No, he's giving away his Schmegel's chat.
Well, I think she does a really good job of like assuading my fears for nuclear energy that I might have had, but all our fears are tied to her personally, not anything about nuclear energy.
Yeah, that's essentially it. It's like, I just want to know, where do you put it? Where does it go? Where did you go, Cotton Eye Joe?
And
Yes.
let's take it a step back too. Like, what if it's not even her? What is her business doing with it? What, you know, if she needs to have the heat off of her, where is her company disposing of this? You know what I mean?
Well, from what I understand, like, she is, like, her channel is about art history, and specifically she does highlight, like, paints used. I like this channel. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really enjoying her channel. She's actively winning. Her eyebrows be doing something. As someone who has a very expressive face, her eyebrows be doing something. But, like, she's winning me over. I would just like to know where you put it all. If you tell me where you put it all, I'd be like, fuck it. She won.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? That is, I mean, that's ironic because it's well, not same actor, but I mean, the same actress in two of those movies. This is Kevin Spacey.
Yeah.
She mogged us in chat. Listen. Brush with Becca. If you somehow find this stream, I don't listen. All I just want to know is how you dispose of the paints. You're winning me over. I've kind of said it multiple times. I don't think you're using lead-lined gloves properly, potentially. But that's okay. I just want to know where you put these paints when you're finished, where you put the paper when you're finished, how you wash your tools. If you say all of these things, we're chill. This video came out 5 days ago, by the way, chat.
Nuclear power with a total of 667.
Yes. She made like a uranium paint video, yeah.
Nuclear power plants that have ever operated. Only 3 major accidents have taken place. And using the official internationally recognized death statistics for 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl, and Fukushima, the combined deaths from the 3 major nuclear accidents is 32 people.
Lady, we can't go to Chernobyl, though.
Yeah, they didn't make you paint with these.
You do know we just can't go to Chernobyl, right?
What do you mean? It's just a hop, skipping away. She's a affluent young white lady. She can make her way there.
She
has the gumption.
Does she know that? God, every time I pause on her face, I'm so sorry, miss. Does that count the people who got cancer and died after?
I think no, because you can never prove it, even though it's kind of like, you know. Yeah.
You know what would be interesting? If she highlighted the actual problem with Chernobyl. Do you guys know, like, I saw the news story.
The first episode of the show.
No. Do you know, like, the active new problem with Chernobyl?
Oh, is it causing mutations and things?
The drones.
No.
The drone strikes.
No, not the drone strikes.
What?
It's Russia's drone striking it.
Yes, that, but no. There are warthogs.
Oh yeah, radioactive warthogs.
Yeah, there are radioactive warthogs that are, like, the topsoil is finally deradiated, but the pigs are digging in and radioactivating the topsoil with their radioactiveness. It's insane. It's kind of interesting. Yeah, radioactive wolves and warthogs, man. It's kind of wild. I think that it's kind of cool.
The pigs will turn against us. They know we're eating them.
The nuclear plant is turning the frogs gay. Oh, fuck me. Listen, when they said ACAB, they mean radioactive hogs, too. Yo! Hogs crave the radiation.
But let's say we are to take that really, really conservative estimate of around 3,000 to 5,000 people who have ever had their lives shortened or lost by nuclear power.
Okay.
That's a bigger number.
Well, it says shortened. So it's the idea that these are people that have probably suffered nuclear-related, like radiation-related illnesses.
Cancers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cancers
or
or other nuclear-related illnesses. Because sometimes it's not just a cancer. From what I understand, you can just like have your body just fall apart. Every animal is radioactive in there. Yeah, I know. Fauci, it's worse than that. The pigs are particularly bad because they like mushrooms. Yeah. And purely by circumstance, wild mushrooms bioacclimate cesium.
That's why I can't go to Chernobyl either. I love mushrooms.
What the fuck?
I love mushrooms too.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's just... Again, I'm still pro-nuclear, lady. I just want to... Where are you dumping it? Guys, we have, like, less than 10 minutes in this video. Do you think she's going to tell us? Probably not.
Compare that to the research from Harvard that estimates that around 8 million people died from fossil fuel-related deaths in 2018 alone.
Just tell us where you dump it.
It seems to me that we've been judging nuclear energy really unfairly here.
Nobody
but I know
cares.
what you're saying. What about the bombs? Well, as it turns
out... No! I don't care about the bombs! What about your paints?
What about the paints?
Where are your paints?
Does she really not bring it up, really? I feel like this is an April Fool's joke.
She brought it up earlier and just like to detract her detractor. That's all it is. She's not going to bring it up. Chat, I already know she will never address it. That's the problem. I know when this video ends, and I'm annoyed. I'm a fungaloid.
Out being afraid of nuclear energy because of nuclear bombs is a little bit like being afraid of sodium chloride because it has sodium in it. Sodium is an extremely volatile...
I can't. I just
but you must, streamer. You must entertain the chat.
Where do you dump the paints? Where do you dump the paints, lady? I have all of this research. Okay, fuck off for a second.
You know what? This is like to do the jar thing again. This is like if he started addressing the allegations video and then he goes into power scaling.
I can't. Okay, here, fuckers. Here's the laws about fucking. I'm gonna crash out. I can't. I'm laughing so hard I'm crying because like this is what you're supposed to do. Here, I'll also open this one so we can talk about safe waste. Listen, chat, she's never going to address it. Here, you can call this toll-free number.
For what?
For Salt Lake City, because she apparently lives in Salt Lake City.
Yeah, but why would I call this number? You told me to call this number.
Household hazardous waste.
For the bitches.
Delivery instructions. For household waste. Sort your household hazardous waste by type and separate it from a common trash bag. Common garbage. Do not bring garbage. Okay. Transport in a sturdy container. Do not transport waste in plastic bags. It creates a hazard for our employees. Make sure the containers are upright and secure.
She gives them to the pigs, Falgi. That's how she disposes of them.
She gives it to the pigs.
You know, pigs can't eat anything and the flavor doesn't change.
Make sure containers are upright. Do not put in community events. Be prepared to offload your waste from your own vehicle in our carts. If you have lab-grade materials or items such as organic peroxide mercury, puric acid, hydrofluoric acid, contact the hazardous waste program in advance. So you need to fucking contact them. Paint. She has to go to a landfill. She literally just has to go. Okay.
That's
but here's the thing. The following locations accept oil and water-based latex, paint, stain, and varnish. We do not accept emptied or latex paint. She needs to literally go somewhere. She has special shit that this website doesn't have. She needs to just go somewhere.
If I'm being generous, and I'm not going to say that she's dumping into a creek or into the ground.
Yeah, I'm not.
She might still have them. Sure. Or she might be passing them around in the community of people who want to paint with them or whatever people do with them, right? Like,
maybe.
Are those the only options other than just improperly dumping?
I guess.
I can imagine another option. So I can only.
Greg, you're cutting out.
What? I'm sorry.
Your internet's doing the internet thing.
Okay, sorry.
No, I'm letting you know.
I heard you.
Because I don't want to lose you, Greg.
Okay, I said I heard you.
No, Greg. At the op block, no shot. She paints with them and gives them to local charity. I mean, Greg would be. I think Greg's again. Like, I'm looking at some of these articles that KJ has provided us. Which again, if you guys please, big shout out to KJ. I'm trying to like look if any of these things like highlight. Okay, metal waste, extra care process, end of waste categorization, scrap metal, plastics, bio waste, products from waste streams. I'm literally trying to look up what the fuck she has. I think she literally needs. Okay, radioactive waste. Here we go. This is the Health Utah radioactive communities, and okay, this is how to keep Utah radioactive free. Okay, so so here is like an entire thing about radioactivity in Utah. Utah's toxic and radioactive legacy. Utah's history of waste is extensive. It includes large-scale uranium mining and milling operations, healthcare environments, effects on that. Listen, this is how bad it is for you. How do you get rid of it, though? Okay, mitigate radioactive waste risks. Heal Utah supports policies that prioritize protecting communities from toxic and radioactive waste exposure and compensating those affected. Ensure compliance and advocate for updated regulations of radioactive waste. Heal Utah ensures the compliance of low-level waste regulations, advocates for updated policies, and works to prevent further disposal of radioactive waste like depleted uranium in Utah while actively monitoring industry efforts to weaken these standards. Radon in homes, exposure levels, compensate. Like, well, here's a bill tracker down here. Like, one of the issues is that, like, she has, if you want to support Heal Utah, go for it. One of the issues that she kind of has, aside from, like, the heavy metals, like the arsenic stuff and the lead stuff that probably have standards that we've potentially highlighted, I donate it to a hospital and give a tumor back is insane. That's insane, guys. Like,
you don't have to read every chat.
Oh, you're back.
I've been here.
This is the Goya incident. Yeah. What about so these are some of the paint things. So this is from like the paints do's and don'ts of the Cedar City. This is in Utah still. So we can actually read this together, chat. What about paint waste? Why is paint waste a concern? All paint jobs create waste that can harm humans, waterways, fish, and other wildlife if handled or disposed of properly. Paint and paint waste enter storm drains and in the city sewer system due to improper disposal. Storm drains carry untreated pollutants directly into local streams and rivers, harming aquatic plants, animals, fish, and those who eat fish. Paint waste vary in chemical composition and often carry pollutants of concern such as heavy metals. If disposed in the city sewer system, interference with water treatment, improper disposal violates federal and state regulations. These are all your paint wastes. Let's see, cleanup dues. Allow paint solids in used solvents to settle so the clear portion can be poured off and reused. Dispose of spent solvents at permitted hazardous waste management facility. Use the least toxic solvent cleanup available. Don't pour oil-based and latex waste paint onto the ground. Don't put it in the water. Don't put it in garbage. Literally, use spray guns to minimize overspray. Use tarps to collect the paint and solvents and dry pins. Sorry for my phone going off.
You should be.
Digimon Liberator has a new fucking chapter. Thank you, app that I don't use. Store leftover paints in separate containers. Train employees in oh god. That's the other thing too. Even if she's a business, she technically has to sign off that she knows how to use these things.
Mm-hmm.
She would need training to sign off on that. So,
like, is there a system in place where if you're handling hazardous materials that
I would assume so, because if
I would assume so too, but
because hospitals have to do it.
Okay, that's a good point. So I would hope so, but
like again, I've discussed. I know people in waste management. You have to take medical waste to a separate place, and you need to have a license to deal with medical waste. So, like, this is just, there's so much. We're just a bunch of uncontrollable thoughts and voices pinging around in Fauci's brain. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I have not disposed of paints correctly. Hey, listen, this is an educational stream for everybody now. I call this a based stream.
Tile element and can be very explosive.
I forgot she was fucking talking about calcium. Or sodium. I'm so annoyed.
Chloride is literally just table salt. In fact, according to worldnuclear.org, it should be emphasized that a commercial type power reactor simply cannot, under any circumstances, explode like a nuclear bomb. The fuel is not enriched beyond about 5%, and a much higher enrichment is needed for explosives. So not only will nuclear power plants not explode, they can.
Okay, chat.
We should talk about nuclear energy. I want to talk about paints.
I just want to talk about your paints, dog.
I'm sorry, she hasn't got off this soapbox yet.
Chat, just don't look up a flower explosion. I'm just telling you now. Don't look up flower explosion. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know what that means.
Flowers.
You don't have to tell me. You don't have to tell me at all. I'm just saying I don't know what that means.
Don't look up
flower explosion. That's why he's telling you to look it up.
No, he's telling me not to look it up. That's why I'm not.
Oh, don't.
Don't do it.
I looked it up. He told me not to.
Don't do it, chat. I'm saying don't do it.
So, in other words, nuclear
power plants can't melt down. Only me.
Power plants do not equal nuclear bombs. And honestly, we haven't seen a lot of correlation.
I don't think anyone is saying
that. There is a big stigma in America.
Yeah.
That's the reason we don't use it as much as we used to. But that's not what people are upset about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not.
Like, I've heard of this lady. I've heard of this event. And I'm normally checked out about most of drama tea, whatever you're gonna call it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like this is just tea shit.
No,
Hey, Kairos with the 5.
Thank you.
New issue. I'm starting to hate her because she's going on some kind of rant that makes me feel like I'm getting talked to like a 5-year-old. Why?
Because she's providing education. My issue, yeah. Like Garbo says, thanks for talking about nuclear power. What does it have to do with the heavy metals and poisons you may have potentially dumped? Also, the problem with the waste is that it isn't explosive. It's that it poisons people. Yeah, holy shit, the Great Mill Disaster of 1878 is fucking insane. Yes, flour is highly flammable.
I still don't know. But
it causes a dust explosion.
I'm happy for them.
D&D. I learned this through D&D. If you carry a shit ton of flour in a bag of holding, your DM has to deal with when you decide to fireball a fucking bag of flour. I'm not even kidding. Someone used it in a D&D game, and he's like, "Fuck," and it extended the fucking range of it. It was funny as fuck.
relations between these two at all. Okay, but what about the cancer? Radiation and nuclear energy causes tons of cancer.
I had cancer. What are you going to tell me about cancer, lady? Lady, what are you going to tell me about cancer?
Well, man who had cancer, about to sit down fight a lady who never had cancer is going to tell you about cancer.
I know she may get cancer. Listen, don't count her short. Oh, fuck me.
Cancer, right? Well, actually, chances are that you or someone in your direct family has probably benefited from radioactive isotopes in a medical setting way more than they've ever been hurt.
That's not...
Wait, aren't they different? They're different.
X-rays are not the same.
I think
X-rays X-rays not the same as uranium.
I think they mean like chemotherapy.
No,
like,
she means radiation treatment.
For the balls, and a pet for the dog as well.
Thank you. Oh, shit! We hit the goal!
Holy shit.
Chat! God, she's about to talk about chemotherapy, isn't she? No. Thank you. It's time to feed the dog now. It's time to give her treats. It's time to feed that poppers on the Uplock stream tonight. And there we go, chat. She eats out of my hand because she's the dog. What's up?
Just so you know, chat, when I went to go give Pippi her state-sanctioned belly rubs, I also gave her treats.
There we go. Pet that dog. I will pet that. Can I pet that dog?
Pet that dog.
Yeah, the low radiation is good for you. Bullshit. Yeah, like, I don't... Again, I understand she's going to probably talk about radiation therapy. Radiation therapy is literally dosed in a way that makes it as safe as humanly possible. Like, this is a weird thing to say. I don't think anyone hates radiation. Like, I don't.
No, people definitely hate people with cancer.
Okay, hold up. I gotta look up something real quick before I lose my mind. I need to check something. Because I don't remember something. I'll let this play real quick.
Hurt by them. 1 in 3 hospital patients receives nuclear medicine in the form of things like cancer treatments and heart scans. Again, let's see what Dr. Mehmet has to say.
One area that's not even related to energy is medical isotopes. Anybody that wants to get an image of their brain, of their heart, of their cardiovascular system, it is nuclear isotopes that make that happen. And those nuclear isotopes, which derive from Moly-99, which only comes from fission of uranium, that's a necessity. 20 million procedures a year use that stuff in hospitals.
Okay, that's what I'm about to say. Like, I was pretty sure, like, it is, like, related to uranium. I wasn't entirely sure. But
I feel bad for this guy. I feel like he doesn't know why she brought him on here. Or he's here for the wrong reason.
I kind of, like, he's winning me over. I like him. Like, these are all, as Weaver says, but this is medical treatment in a controlled environment, not weapon grade usage, and not energy level usage, and none of this is related to paint disposal.
If we didn't have nuclear power, we wouldn't have that medicine, and you wouldn't have the diagnostics you need to know what's wrong with you. And so even things like medicine are misunderstood benefit of nuclear power that make the world so much better.
Y'all, again, if y'all want the interview, go to her Patreon. I hate that. I actually do hate that.
We take into account all of the facts we have available, it's pretty easy to conclude that nuclear energy has helped infinitely more people than it has ever hurt. Now, naturally, I'm not trying to say that there's absolutely no dangers associated with nuclear energy or with radioactive materials. Please don't go and buy a bunch of cesium or plutonium. That is a bad idea. But what I'm trying to say is that the constant fear-mongering...
Yes, radiotherapy increases the risk of other cancers, but you weigh the pro with the cons. Yeah. The fun fact. Let's have a conversation. I didn't get I didn't get radiation treatment. I was very fortunate. When I was diagnosed with cancer, initial outlook wasn't looking good, but over time my outlook got better. Just because after multiple treatments and just like multiple scans, it was just proven that my cancer. So you have like 3 types. You have like 4-ish types of cancer. actually. And by four-ish types, I mean like their growth patterns. Like sometimes you just have cancer that never grows. Think of it like a race. You have cancer that just never initiates the start. You have the Hussein Bolt of cancer, which is typically like very fast and rapid growing and very aggressive, and it finishes the race. You have cancer that, while slow moving, continues to run the race. And then you have what I had. My kind of cancer, so I had testicular cancer. I've talked about this. That moved up into my lymph nodes. So technically, I also had a little bit of lymphoma in my abdominal lymph nodes. I have a big scar whenever I take my shirt off. You guys can't see it as much as it used to be, a lot redder. And I didn't have as much hair when all the hair thinned out, but now it's hard to see. Maybe I'll try to show it. But yeah, my
What?
I can't. No, my cancer wasn't slow. My cancer.
Yeah, you got like a very sad.
That's what I
ass
heard.
cancer there.
Heard about it really recently too.
That's fucking insane.
I mean, no, maybe next time he'll be a bit smarter. I don't know.
No, so my cancer wasn't slow. So I had the general way to explain the kind of cancer I had was, so cancer essentially is malforming. It's an encoding sequence. That's why, like, your cells are supposed to die off,
the wrong way.
and they're growing infinitum. One of the things they're looking at is it may actually be related to the mitochondria of your cell, in some instances for cancerous cell growth. It's a fun fact for you. Things like that, because it's not the nucleus well, it is the nucleus, but not necessarily. And it's not like the membrane. It's like it may potentially be the mitochondria, because it's an ATP thing. That's a whole different fucking ball game.
Yay!
But mine specifically grew to a certain point and stopped. It just gave up. So, like, it's literally like a marathon runner that just gives up halfway through the race.
So your cancer got tired halfway through.
Yeah, my cancer got tired halfway through, like your father making you. You know? I'm sorry, Ash.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
That's so fucked up.
I'm so sorry. Oh, fuck. But yeah, no. So mine just stopped at a certain point, and it wasn't going to grow anymore. Now, I do have the risk of it coming back. Luckily, and this is something that my oncologist told me, weirdly enough, testicular cancer, because it's so common, is actually good, because it led to a lot of research for lymphoma, because it just travels the same way, like, almost every time. So that's based in Poggies. I just wish that my cancer didn't take out my entire lymph nodes in my stomach, because when I get sick, I get really sick. That's a whole different system. It's just to say that the chemotherapy I received was not good for me. Here's a fun fact. I was actually in a study after my chemotherapy because I had something called cisplatin. And chat, plat. What the fuck is plat? Platinum. I had to go into a study because one of the risks of my chemotherapy was sudden onset hearing loss and deafness.
Oh no.
It was just, yeah, so they're like, yeah, we're going to test you if you're deaf. I was like, oh, that's baller. Luckily, I've not lost my hearing. I've had no issues with hearing. I do need to, like, get, like, the like, I clean my ears, but I want the cerebrum, like, oil things that get everything out. But that's, like, a thing. I don't have a platinum ball, you fucks.
It clacks.
Cloudy said I should have got a light up one.
A bouncy one.
Yeah.
A yo-yo.
Yeah, not okay. Yeah, not all tumors are cancerous.
Not all cancers.
Not all cancers. Fuck off. Not all tumors are cancerous, and you can't have a goiter that's not necessarily cancerous, but like it grows and like pushes on things. It's a whole different thing. A glow stick ball. Fuck off, y'all.
And misinformation around nuclear
Fuck you
energy.
Guys, he won't get a light up ball
No,
for
you
me.
just
He
you get a truck nut and you cut the other one off. You just...
And chat, you wonder why I abuse Ash.
Shouldn't keep us from making decisions that make the world a better and safer place for everyone around us. Nuclear energy has prevented millions of deaths in the last 70 years, and it has the ability to prevent exponentially more if we let it. But in order to do that, as cheesy as this sounds, we have to rely on facts, not fear. So yeah, did I use clickbait internet nonsense to make you learn about nuclear energy? Yep. Do I regret it? No. This started with me making paint out of uranium, but I hope it ends with us all realizing, for the millionth time, just how important fact-checking is. Actually, speaking of which, don't take my word for it when it comes to all this nuclear energy stuff. I've linked all of these studies below, along with the information to organizations like the International Atomic...
But you are hiding the interview behind your Patreon.
Bruh.
I hate it.
Energy Agency, the World Nuclear Association, and the American Nuclear Society. Thanks so much to all of my patrons for allowing me to make content like this. If you would like to
again, wait, why is this?
Making
Why is
more
this so
videos
long?
like this, especially about art history, my Patreon is in the link below.
Oh no,
Now,
you have to
let's go off
let it
script
go,
for a
let go.
second,
Just let it go.
Because there is one more serious thing that I do feel I have to speak about in this situation.
She's not gonna.
The paint.
She is not gonna fucking cry.
Just let it go.
She is not
Just let
gonna
it go.
fucking cry right now.
Just let it go.
Because all of the misinformation that was spread about me online, I'm not going to lie. There was a period of time there where I was seriously concerned for my personal safety. Dang it!
Okay. Like, I actually do feel bad. Like, this lady shouldn't have been, like, that people should have found out where this fucking lady lives. Fuck me. Okay.
But I want you to know, if you're watching
Fuck me!
That the truth finds its way out there, whether you want it to or not. Sorry guys, I swore I wouldn't cry in this video. But the most important thing in this situation
I'm fucking speechless. I'm like,
she's crying and you're laughing, Falgi. She is crying and you're laughing.
no, because I actually, like, okay, I've said it at the top of the show, I'm gonna say it again. I don't think that lady should have just, this is a pre-recorded video, her crying on the video makes it feel fake as shit. Yeah, I mean, like, I know. I don't care about the crying. Like, you could have edited out the crying. Why did you leave the crying in? I also agree. Maybe she isn't her own editor.
People get skeptical when there's crying and video response videos now.
I'm gonna be very honest. She's allowed. She can cry in her own fucking video. I don't give a shit. But where are you dumping?
She can be emotional about the situation that she's in, or hateful comments and things like that. But people have very little sympathy online for tears. That's just how it is. And
yeah,
it's not my place to say whether or not she should be crying in her own video type of thing. But
I was about to
it's
say
just that people will not be sympathetic towards it.
I was just about to say, like, it's not my place to say she should or should not be crying in this video.
Not that my ego was hurt, or that my name was dragged through the mud for no reason. It's...
Where do you dump the paints?
Because I don't want the future generation to suffer because of someone else's misinformation and...
Hey, you're gonna unplug your mic if you do that.
Didn't she say misinformation, disinformation, and something else? What's
And
the lack of information? What's the lack of information?
No, I'm not gonna. Dude. Fuck. What the fuck? Think of the children. I just want to know where you dump the fucking paint. Where do you put it?
Baby otters.
Think of the children when you dump the paint into the water system. I don't fucking know. Again, I'm not saying that she is. Good night, Core. Good night, other Core. I don't care. Like, I think of the pigs. Address the brick. Fuck. Did you guys know he like recently streamed? By the way,
That's crazy.
We have that stream.
It's crazy that like I heard about it after the fact, not while it was happening. I feel like I was online.
Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah,
during
that's
when it
crazy.
happened.
I think chat. All I'm gonna say is, if you find out that I'm Alex is streaming, let us the fuck know. Because I'll go into that fucking chat. I'm not going to harass him. I'm just going to ask questions. That's all I want to know.
Fear-mongering. So I hope if you see this video, you know that I'm not going to stop. And I'm going to continue to point.
I'm not going to stop until everyone's dead. I'm not going to
stop. All orphanages are going down.
Valji, did you know I'm Alex streamed? Yes, I do know. Yeah, okay, this is again, it's the Rachel Oates thing. Like, you're doing the moral grandstanding. Again, I don't hate Rachel Oates, by the way. Rachel, if you ever see this video of the last stream that we did and we featured your video, I don't hate you. But this is insane. Like, think of the children while I just want to know where you dump the paint. I just want to know where you dump the fucking paint. Where? Why?
With art history content. But thankfully, with help from lawyers and the police department and a lot of really kind people here, I feel a lot.
Oh.
Oh, is that why the woman's like account went private? Because she called the police on her?
Did she just go, I'ma sue that bitch subtly?
Kind of feels like that. Again, like a little bit of that vibe, but allegedly, of course, because you know.
Why would you talk to a lawyer? I don't know, chat. I don't think the other lady is completely in the right. Yeah, I've said this. I don't think the other lady was completely in the right. Very truthfully, like the other uranium tears is fucked. I do believe the literal nuclear scientist. My question is just, where are you putting the paints, dog? Just where are they going? I just want to know.
Safer in this situation. I'm not stopping. I'm not going anywhere. And I'm not giving up.
Nobody cared about. Oh my god.
Wanted to.
I can't.
To thank everyone that supported me. To thank the hundreds of people who commented their support throughout this situation. It was a relief to know that I had law enforcement and the experts on my side, but it was almost as much of a relief just to know that you guys were on my side in this situation. Thank you guys. It meant a lot to me to know that there are still good people out there.
Chat. I'm so incredibly lost. Like, am I the only? By the way, Jilly, thank you for this. Yeah, I use radioactive paint, so I'm educating my audience about nuclear radiation. That's cool. You dumped the paint properly, right? You dumped the paint properly, right?
I was thinking of like what meme template could I use, and that's the perfect one. I just couldn't get there fast enough.
I'm not gonna listen to this video anymore. I would just like to.
Yeah, what are the comments saying? I need to know.
A lot of people are on our side. Let me see. Creating 85 videos about you in less than a month is insane. Which is, yeah, I would agree. But okay, some of the videos some of the videos she showed from that TikToker were not about her. So I was watching this Eternal Darkness thing. I really should.
Yeah, I finished a video game. That guy's good. He's also a cancer survivor.
He's still battling it, from what I know.
I think it's I'm in his Discord.
In remission.
Yeah, it's in remission.
I hope so.
Yeah, I was bringing you the news.
When Becca asked everyone to not go after Argon Masters, I thought that's good of her. I bet some viewers won't listen, but that's the right thing to do. Then Becca started crying and was like, "Oh, Argon Masters about to be chased off the internet for good." Wait, did she actually say that?
And there are a lot of good people, and no matter how much misinformation
say that
gets
for real,
spread
did
on
she?
the internet, there are always going to be people who are out there telling the truth and sharing the facts. And with that, I will see you next week.
Okay, blooper time, I guess. What's the
I'm
blooper?
sorry I was so sniffly in this video. I've had a really bad head cold, but I had to film it anyway. That's probably why I was crying so much. Bye, guys.
I hate this. This feels.
See you next time.
What?
I'm sorry, guys. I got a head.
Why did you leave this in, lady?
That is so fucked up.
That's weird. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I do believe that she like threatened the lawyer. The NRC reporter person knows almost nothing about radioactive materials. Now Red used even more glass experiment. I don't care. Just where are you dumping it? Okay, don't apologize for crying, being doxxed by an attention-seeking narcissist, and having idiots send you credible threat. Okay, yes, I agree. Again, I agree with all this.
Yeah, we were done.
I don't. Okay, we are very aware of the risks and strict protocol use of PPE. Yesterday I was working. Anyways, thank you for setting the record. Okay,
But what?
Where does she dump it? Why can't you guys just ask where she dumps this?
I mean, you can ask in the comments.
Sort by newest. How many people died from radiation exposure causing cancers with Fukushima? Weird that it does not count in that equation. Don't think fossil fuels are any better, but we should be accurate. It's super fun site. It's super fun. This is the first video I've seen from you, and I have to admit, I clicked for the hair. I had to see more of it. Does anyone actually care about where she dumps this? I just, you know what? Fuck it. Just really curious because I think the doxing, the potential for doxing and threats against you were out of line. But where do you house these dangerous? Where do you house these compounds? And how do you dispose of them? I think, God damn it, think this would quell any haters and naysayers. There we go.
I think like if you type genuine criticism or something else instead of haters or haters or genuine.
I don't know. This is okay. This is my genuine concern when watching your informative response, and I think it would be important for your detractors to know that you are following guidelines. God, I can't type today. Chat, this is how I type normally. I would do guidelines set out
more spelling
by
mistakes.
your state.
It refuses to correct them.
State and federal statutes. All the best. Will it ever be answered, chat? I'll actually update you if it gets answered. I like again, we've gone over kind of like a bunch of the stuff that yeah, doxing is bad, nuclear energy is good, but how do you dispose of the paint when you're done? That's what I should have typed. Sounds very Save-A-Ho-ish, you fucking assholes. Again, like I would just like to know where everything is. Yeah, again, I'm disappointed she didn't disclose her process of mixing with hydroxyfluoric acid and centrifuging it. Again, like, I just want to know where she dumps... okay, let me just take off this thing. I would just like to know where she dumps it. Why are the views on this video so bloated? On our video or her video? Her video or our video? Because her videos, like, get views.
Yeah, this might be her biggest one. Go to popular.
Popular. I don't think... Oh, it is her most popular video.
It's her biggest one because it's responding to the allegations one.
Also, it's kind of a gotcha as well.
It is a bit of a gotcha.
It is like responding to allegations that she's had. Oh, honey.
This may look like normal white paint, but it's actually so deadly that it's been banned in 73 different countries. Let's make it and see why. Now, if you haven't already guessed it, the substance that kills over 1 million people per year globally is lead. And the color we're making is lead white, a paint that has been used for over 2,000 years. And throughout all this time,
this is really interesting.
How did you deal with this? Because I don't think... I don't know if you're handling this. Wired... What? Is she supposed to handle lead paint this way?
I don't know.
Majunga,
I think
is she supposed to handle lead paint this way?
There might be procedures of disposal, but not necessarily handling. I don't know.
Yeah, I just want to know. Okay, the fabric wigs me out, but it's better than paper. Lead leaches... Yeah, I'm more confused.
Sheets of lead are placed into a controlled environment with acids and bacteria that cause it to corrode and form a white powdery substance that we then mix with a binder, in this case linseed oil, and we turn into a beautiful paint. And don't get me wrong, it's beautiful, but it's just not worth the levels of toxicity. See, lead builds up in your system over time. It can cause the degradation and even total death of a lot of different organ systems.
But is this should she be handling it with this type of glove? They mask, though, it'd be not enough. Okay, the fabric wigs me out, but it's better than paper. It's Oh, it's on combustible. Oh, okay.
Your heart, your digestive system, your kidneys.
Oh, so the mask that she's using wouldn't be considered enough.
Your reproductive system, and even your brain. This stuff can cause your brain to shut off, guys. It is no joke. So we have this assumption that people in the past were stupid and didn't realize that this was bad for them. But guys, they realized, and they still used it. So why? Well, let's look at the different colors. You'll see that the titanium white that I have on the left is more stark, while the lead white is very warm. But when I mix in different colors into them, you'll see that that lead white actually retains the pigment much better than our regular white.
Should she be doing it on this canvas? With all these other paints? Is this a good idea?
Oh, she's gonna mix it a bunch of. Oh boy.
Is this a good idea? No, she shouldn't. What the fuck? Yeah, I have more concerns of how you were dumping it now earlier. Thank you, Greg. I wouldn't have looked this the fuck up. What the fuck is happening?
It is a beautiful color, but is this really worth dying over? I don't know. This paint is made from one of the deadliest minerals on Earth.
Okay,
Despite that, it was used regularly for over
shit.
2,000 years. Let's talk about that while I suit up and make some so that you guys can see what it looked like. So for those...
But why aren't you wearing something protection for your skin? That's right, the mixing tray is standard, but you should still need to dispose. That is the proper mask. Yeah, I'm about to say this feels like the proper mask. Yeah.
Those who haven't caught on, the pigment we're talking about today is cinnabar or vermilion. And along with being a beautiful reddish-orange color, it also is a deadly neurotoxin that can have a heavy toll on your lungs, your brain, and your nervous system. And we have records going back since way before people stopped using it that describe how dangerous it is. So if that's true, why on earth would anyone use it? Because people use this stuff all the way from 4th century...
How are you washing all these fucking tools? How are you washing all these fucking tools? Okay, the linseed oil. Oh, she's painting on glass. That's actually a lot safer. Okay, cool. Okay. How is she getting rid of the tools, though? How is she cleaning the tools? Are these single-use tools?
See, in China, all the way up to the early 20th century. We're talking like the 1900s, guys. That was not that long ago. Well, it's a complex issue, and there are a lot of reasons, but perhaps...
Okay, you know what's actually fucking me up that I realize?
The 1900s, guys. That was not that long ago. Well...
She's reapplying it constantly. That means the container that she's using is also getting fucked up. That means she has to throw out the container of it. Like, right, I'm not crazy. She would have to.
It's a complex issue, and there are a lot of reasons, but perhaps the most important of which was that this was the brightest
right, like she's putting it into...
And if I know anything about art, it's that artists will often...
Where does that paper go? Where does that paper? You're still touching it! You're the blah.
Risk their health for the sake of making something truly beautiful.
What are you
With the discovery
doing?
And rise of cadmium red in the early 20th century, people simply stopped using it because it was too toxic, and its light fastness actually is not that great.
Is she mixing it with lead paint?
It will remain one of history's most important and deadly.
How is she affording all the art supplies? I don't know. I just want to know where you dump it, lady! That's all I want to fucking know!
Just pigments. So what do you think? Is it worth it? Let me know in the comments what
I
paint
don't
I should
know!
try and make next, and I hope you have a beautiful and very non-toxic...
Oh, okay! Whoa, wait!
Worth it? Let me know in the comments what paint I should try and make next, and I hope you have a beautiful and...
She's just wearing a jacket! She's just wearing a sweater!
She's fucking wearing a blazer.
She's just wearing a sweater! Pause. There's no fucking way. I'm losing my fucking mind. I don't know. It's not a suit, it's a fucking blazer. That's a sweater. Fuck, lady. Is that her bedroom? No. That's her home. Wait, that's just her home.
Is that her garage? That's what I'm wondering.
That's just no. That's just it. She used this inside her home. There's no fucking way she did this inside her home. Why are we worried now? This is unsafe before.
Very non-toxic day. We've already covered the fact that
Wait,
white
hold
paint
up.
I should try and make next, and I hope you have a beautiful
That's just
and
an
very
open
non-toxic
floor
day.
plan?
We've already covered the fact that lead white is so dangerous it's banned in 73 different countries.
can't
But what about
tell.
lead yellow? Well, unfortunately, that sunshiny color doesn't mean it's any less dangerous. Let's talk about why while we make it.
Okay, this still feels like the correct PPE.
So lead yellow, also known as Naples yellow, or at least this particular shade is made in much the same way that lead white is, except
Yeah, but here's the thing, like, your arms are exposed, lady! Your arms shouldn't be exposed to the lead! What is happening?
during the process where
She's
the lead
like, we
is being
just
broken
ball.
down, they also
Free ball
add
in here.
antimony. Now, I don't think I have to remind you of the dangers of lead poisoning, but just in case, lead affects everything from
All this music is copyrighted, ain't it? I'm gonna have to fucking mute this part of the fucking VOD, I think.
You'll find out if you get dinged.
Need stronger globes. The mask is proper, but she's not covering the rest of her skin, and the house doesn't have proper ventilation. God damn it.
From your reproductive system to your respiratory system to your brain. And the long-term exposure of lead can lead to some pretty serious neurological conditions such as personality changes and some real bad brain stuff. And this damage to the brain may be the reason why so many artists
It could also be because it's sped up. It should
were
be
known
fine.
for being eccentric, crazy, or depressed. You know, along with a million other reasons. And even though this famous paint was used by Vincent van Gogh in his early career, I have to tell you, he never ate it. Or any other paint for that matter. Though he does write a letter to his brother talking about eating some pretty nasty stuff, so, you know.
But he touched it. But he touched it.
Don't shame him.
No. Now, even though this paint has been used for over 3,000 years, I just don't think it's worth the risk. What about you guys? Do you think it's worth it?
Ooh, black and yellow. Yeah, let's shake it up a little.
I did not expect a B-movie reference. I'm having... how do you
I'm
know
about to unbox one of the rarest and most dangerous paint pigments in history. Let's see if you can guess what it is before I reveal it at the end. And while I get sued...
Okay. I need to see
one of the
this.
rarest and most dangerous paint pigments in history. Let's see if you can guess what it is before I reveal it at the end. And while I get...
That's just a regular fucking flannel. It's just a regular fucking flannel. That's just a regular fucking flannel. What the fuck is it? I have so many issues,
Suit it up.
man.
Here's a couple of hints. It was used in Victorian times. It's named after a...
Listen, listen. The fucking nuclear scientists can say whatever about fucking nuclear shit and radiation poisoning. I care about the poisoning. I care about the lack of protection for lead. I need to know. I need to know.
Popular city in Europe.
I am not going through all of these,
arsenic.
chat.
Not only was this used as a paint pigment, but it was also used in clothing, books, wallpaper, and even children's toys and
That's a hobby
sweets.
knife.
Extra special art history brownie points if you actually guess what this is. But now, let's see if you're correct. That's right, for all of you art history nerds out there, I actually managed to get my hands on Paris green, aka arsenic green, and holy cow, I'm so excited. Should I make paint with it? I don't know what to do. What if I told you that these toxic paints could actually save your life when it comes to picking colors for your art?
That would be inconceivable.
That's right, today we are recreating the authentic
No! No, what happened to your other one? You had the correct thing. What are you doing? You had the correct one. Where did it go?
Oh, the filters are too expensive, Falgy. She has to, like, budget.
Can I ask why arsenic green is bad? Is that like the super bad one?
It might be because of arsenic.
Is when they put on pipes.
I'm dying, chat. I think she got me.
No, it's just your allergies.
No, my mouth went down the wrong throat.
Your mouth went down the wrong throat?
The air went down the wrong... because it's made of arsenic. Yeah. Honest, she's used so much paint. Who the fuck knows anymore?
Zorn palette. But don't panic. You don't actually need cinnabar or white lead like I'm using here. You just need yellow ochre, ivory black, cad red, and titanium white. But what the heck is the Zorn palette, and how would it possibly help you get better colors in your art? Well, the trick is that sometimes with color theory, less is more. In the case of Anders Zorn, a Swedish artist who painted a lot in the 1890s, these colors were black, red, yellow, and white. And the reason why it's so effective and why so many artists still use it today...
Okay. Do not use toxic pigments without adequate ventilation, education, and protection. It seems like she's not using it.
...is because it allows you to mix a wide range of colors.
It seems like she's not using the toxic things.
While also limiting your color choices, making it a lot easier to get unified colors. Turns out that a lot of your favorite foods and makeup products probably have bugs in them. Let's make some paint out of them while we talk about why that's not necessarily a problem. The use of cochineal dates back to ancient Mayan and Aztec civilizations in South America. And the reason they were so carefully cultivated there was because of the powerful red dye that comes when you, well, squish them. By the 1500s, cochineal had spread to Europe and quickly became one of the most popular dyes among its highest elite. The rest is pretty much history, and we've been using this pigment as an additive and dye in everything from Carmine paint to Yoplait strawberry yogurt or Betty Crocker's red velvet cake ever since. And before everybody freaks out in the comments, I want you to think about this. Not only has cochineal been repeatedly proven to be safe by the Food and Drug Administration, but surely it can't be any more often.
Don't worry, she makes paint out of the green later. Shut Up Zorn is my favorite palette based.
Pudding than eating, say, honey or gelatin. I think that there's this conception in Western civilizations that thinks that eating bugs is really odd and off-putting, but a lot of different cultures eat them regularly and really enjoy them because...
God, isn't she such a based white lady telling me about indigenous cultures? What a based white lady.
Well, so the aspect of historical pigments and paints is very interesting. Like this is definitely
This is an interesting channel.
Yeah, it scratches like a passive information part of my brain. But when there's like toxic stuff and hazardous materials, I feel like an aspect of education on disposable toxic and hazardous materials would go very far on her channel.
Yeah, I think that's you know what, I think that's what it is for me. I would just like to know specifically like how she gets rid of it, so I can accurately like say, hey, I'm like, this lady's base. She's poggy. She's doing the right thing.
Yeah, I want to like everything about this channel, not just
that's what I'm saying.
some
Like,
of the things.
I
and
think
then
this
some,
channel. Sorry, go.
Yeah, no, you're right.
No, go, Greg.
No, I forgot what I was going to say.
You cut him off.
It's okay. It's his channel.
I hate you. It's our channel, you assholes.
Okay.
What I'm saying is like I find this channel to be very interesting. I wish we could learn more about it.
Because they're a great source of protein and vitamins. So what's the problem here? They haven't been shown to be harmful, and if it's a natural red dye, then it may be better than any of the chemically synthesized stuff we're eating anyway. At the very least, you have to admit it sounds pretty metal to say that you had bugs with your strawberry ice cream. Thanks for watching. I hope you go out there and have a great day, and don't die unless it's with Coach. This may look like regular green paint, but it's
Oh, she didn't make it.
actually one of the deadliest paints in human history. Can you guess what it is? As a few hints, it was extremely popular in Victorian times.
I assume those are not the right gloves.
It's named after a prominent city in Europe, and its main ingredient is arsenic. That's right, folks. We are talking about the infamous Paris green, otherwise known as emerald green or arsenic green. Now, emerald green was first introduced in 1814 and was used by a lot of notable painters in the 19th century. But what's fascinating is that this beautiful color made from copper and arsenic wasn't just used to create paint. It was also used in everything from clothing.
I am awaiting Majunga's reaction. I am not gonna lie. I am here for Majunga Wumba only.
This is now a Majunga Wumba stream. Get used to it, chat.
Honestly speaking, this has been Majunga and fucking Killjoy stream. This stream is only for 2 people in chat right now.
Well, Killjoy's not here. He has D&D.
I'm believing.
I just saw we got a lot of watchers. I didn't realize we have so many. Thanks for coming out to this one. I wasn't anticipating anything, but and all the likes and all the watching. This is great. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I think this is like a fun one. The Beckett rated us earlier, so
okay.
I'm gonna thank him later. But I think this is fun. Okay. So hot take. I really like T-drama because I think T-drama is inherently kind of funny because sometimes it's just unobtainable standards. And in this case, if all this lady... Yes, K-Hug also rated us. I forgot for a second. I meant like before we started. Yeah, wait.
Okay, gotcha.
My B.
Thank you. Thank you, Beckett. Thank you, K-Hug.
Yes, thank you, K-Hug. Thank you, Beckett. No, but Beckett like rated us like before the stream started.
It's nice of him.
That's why I thought about. Yeah, I just wish she would just, if she talked, listen, if she highlighted, hey, this guy says that I'm okay. This is how I dispose of it. The government says this is how I dispose of it. I'd be like, based poggies, we all good. I'm not forgetting K-Hug. Don't you say that.
To wallpaper, to children's toys, to medicine, which is pretty bad when you consider that arsenic is actually extremely toxic and should not be consumed under any circumstances unless you want cancer, liver problems, or death. Interestingly, even though the use of arsenic greens pretty much stopped at the end of the 19th century and were replaced by things like cobalt green, Paris green actually lingered for a few more decades, being used as an insecticide on potato and apple crops and other things like that. Pretty scary when you think about it. But I have to say, even though for obvious reasons I would never use this green myself, it is a really gorgeous color. What do you guys think? Is it worth it? Thanks so much for watching. And remember, don't eat paint. What the heck does this paint?
Wait, lady!
What do you guys think? Is it worth it? Thanks so much for watching. And remember, don't eat...
Why? Where? Couldn't you have just kept your smock thingy on? How does she dispose of all of this?
Eat paint. What the heck does this paint color have to do with maple syrup, snake oil salesman Rembrandt, and literally pooping yourself to death? Well, let's delve into making this deadly color and see why it's no longer in production by most paint companies. That's right, folks. Today we're talking about gamboge.
Yeah, she's like wearing gloves underneath. Again, chat, if our girl Becca responds to my
accused of poisoning my entire neighborhood.
Oh, somebody already liked it. Listen, if she responds to this, I'll let you know. I hope she I'll be upfront. I actually do hope she responds. I think all she has to do. We're gonna go to the big title card for a second. I think all she has to do is just tell people how she disposes of it. Look at her most popular short. I think we actually covered it earlier.
Yeah.
If she just tells people how she did it, I think she'll be perfectly fine. That's all I'm asking her to do. Or I'm not asking her personally. I have no control over this lady. I just hope she does it so, I don't know, she does the right thing. I don't fucking know. But chat, that's
so
the
you can feel good about watching her.
Yeah,
I guess,
yeah.
yeah.
Honestly speaking.
Yeah. I wanna so you wanna know that the people that you want to watch do everything legally or by the book or what have you, and when you see somebody handling dangerous materials, you want to make sure that they're handling all aspects of it appropriately. And so like the question arises if they're disposing of it properly. That's a fair question to ask.
Yeah, and okay, she kind of cute. I ain't gonna front.
What the fuck?
Oh my
Get off
god.
of it. Hop off it.
No, people have been complaining about a Ramona Flowers haircut thing. I'm like, no, I like her
I
hair.
don't care.
No. Real talk. I think her channel's interesting. Like, I actually kind of like this channel. I just wish, I don't know. Like, I wish we knew more. Yeah, I like the fact that she's mishandling them. It gives her living on the vibe. Living on the edge. I'm living on the edge. But chat, don't be blinded by bright colors. Of course, you're Scott Pilgrim issues. Oh, you motherfuckers. Well, chat, that's the end of today's stream. I want to thank everybody very, very much. I want to thank everybody for popping out today. I want to thank Greg. I want to thank Ash. I want to thank Cloudy. I want to thank Killjoy. I want to thank all of our donators today. I want to thank each and every one of you. See you guys in the chat. You can cut your hair off again. I don't know what to tell you. I love your hair, Cloudy. You know this.
I don't think
you can
Cloudy
color your
has
hair.
that hairstyle. I don't think so.
I would send you to somebody, but nobody else is streaming. So remember, chat, you're all very poggies. You're all very based. And goodbye.